Alright. I think I'm back live now. You have to let me know. That was annoying. Screen share. Actually, I'm gonna screen share number 2.
Walk with grace. Yes, you are live again with no viewers.
Yeah, that'll happen because you have to. Like,
Let's go to device manager.
Yep.
Or your stream is paused. You're probably alt tab in Discord. And then click on processors. Your stream's still paused on Discord.
Really? Why?
Probably because you're alt tab of the screen that you shared.
No, I didn't.
The stream paused. You minimize your application. So you're probably not sharing your screen. You're probably not sharing an application.
I don't think I clicked that, but I'll change it. No, I picked screen and I picked screen 2.
Okay.
Well, at least I think that's the right screen. Here we go.
Alright, yeah, just click on processors. You have a...
i9.
What does that say?
Core i9.
10900K, right? Yeah, you have
Yeah.
an i9. And then go to your... At the very top, the little golden folder.
Oh, files.
Yeah. And then this PC. So you only have a terabyte, right? And then
Yeah, I need to free up
okay,
space.
yeah. No, yeah, it's time for an upgrade. So hopefully this fall we'll get more PCs. I should get them.
So we just build a new one from the ground up, or
You need a new one, especially for your hard drive or your SSD, because the SSDs they slow down after a few years.
my mic.
But I know you're like, I need all my data.
Test. Huh.
Who are you testing in the stream?
No, my microphone light's not on, so it doesn't want me to mute my mic. So something's goofy happening to my mic. But as long as you guys can hear me, that's fine.
Well, I can hear you. Let me...
Seems to be working. All right. Anything else you want to check on this?
No,
Okay.
I just wanted to see the specs. I forgot it was the same exact PC as mine.
Yeah, but you have a 3090, right?
Yeah,
I have a 3070, I think.
yeah, but I'm gonna wait for the 50. When the 5090 comes out, that's when I'm gonna build a brand new PC.
You already have 5090?
Yeah, it'll probably launch early next year.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me close the door. What happened to A Maple?
I'm sure Maples will be back. He probably thought I quit, but he lives out here too, so I'm sure he'll be back.
You never played Control, huh?
No.
Oh my goodness.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna switch to one of my channels and I'll just invite you there real quick. 'Cause I know people like to jump in your chat from time to time.
No one's gonna jump in. Everybody's working. No one's gonna jump in.
You sure?
Yep. Especially when I lock it.
Is that what you just did?
Yep.
Oh, I don't know how to do all that. You're the Discord king, not me.
If someone does jump in, I will be shocked.
All right, so I'm gonna have to let's do this. So the way I'm just gonna do this is I'm gonna have it on my screen, so that way you'll just tell me what you want to do on the tier list, and I'll just add it on my screen. So
Oh, you're gonna screen share, or am I looking at your live feed?
no, you're gonna screen. I'm gonna screen share, so you can see both.
Wait, so you only have the games that we've played?
No, I also have the games that we didn't play. Oh, did it remove it? Hold on one sec.
You're missing at least 3 games.
I removed it when I refreshed the screen. Damn it.
I think you're missing some games.
No, it
Oh, wait, no, you're
changed
not.
it.
Wait, are you? No,
I
you're
am
not.
missing some games, yes. I'm going to have to redo it.
Yes, you
It
are.
changed the order I did too. I didn't think that was going to happen. Damn it. Alright, hold on. I guess I have to redo this.
'Cause there's what, 6, 7, 8 games we haven't played. Let me look it up.
Yeah, I have the Wikipedia pulled up.
Because we didn't play any of the DS ones. Well, you played the Hearts one when they brought it over to the PSP.
Oh, it wasn't even the PSP, it was the Vita.
Or PSP, yeah. So we didn't play Tales of Tempest or Tales of Innocence.
Nope. Alright, so
Yeah,
I'm going to
they
do this
look
in
good.
the order as well. So, alright, I'm going to have to
Geez,
switch
Tales of
these.
the Tempest was 2006. Oh my god.
Yeah, a lot of these, I mean, they had like 8, 9 games back to back to back to back to back. Alright,
Innocence.
so Fantasia was first, Destiny, Eternia, oh, it saved some of this. Destiny 2,
Wait, so
Symphonia.
which one? Eternia. Okay, Eternia.
Rebirth. Symphonia was first, Rebirth we didn't get, of course.
Symphonia was the 4th one, or the 5th title. The first one in the US.
Give me one
Wait, no,
second.
I lied. Fantasia was released in Destiny.
Oh, hold on.
I forgot which one it
didn't
was,
share the
'cause, like-
screen as well for you.
When they released Tales of Destiny 2, it was actually Tales of Eternia, but they called it Destiny 2 in the US, but then they re-released it on PSP and they actually called it Eternia.
What's up, MKF? How we doing? Ask him, my brother, if he's played Psyops before, and he loved Control. He's been trying to get me to play Control for a couple years. Also, MKF, can you hear him okay when he's talking?
I've never played this game.
Psyops?
The Mindgate Conspiracy?
Yeah. Alright, so we have
Maybe I'll play it. I've been playing a lot of older games.
Rebirth, Legendia, Abyss.
Oh wait, maybe I did play this game.
Where's Abyss? Here's Abyss. And then
Oh, this game
is
is
Tempest
fun.
even on here? No, I have to re-add it. So, oh, that's not how that's gonna work. Oh, that's right. I have to do this. Nope. Tempest. There we go. Oh my gosh, I hate it when it does it. Tempest over the choose files. Okay. So
Are you putting it in release order?
yes, and some of it is skewed because it's not exactly like Japan to US order. I think it's just order of release. Most of them came out in Japan first, I believe. So we have Tempest and then Innocence after Abyss. Wait, am I doing this right? Yeah, Legendia, Abyss. Okay, Legendia, Abyss, Tempest. It's weird how they mix some of these. Innocence, and then Dawn of the New World, Vesperia, Hearts, Graces, and then Exilia, right?
You should have
Exilia 2.
you should have a 5th plot. Did not finish.
No, I don't think we need that big of a list. Exilia, Zestiria, Berseria, Rise. Okay, so let me redo this list on this side. Let's see, so we have...
Oh wait, so
Symphonia.
one of them's my ranking and the other one's yours?
Yes. We'll be talking about the same thing, and you'll place yours and where you think, and I'll place it in mine, and we'll just kind of compare notes. Tempest. Nope. Stop. What happened? Legendia, Abyss is what I want. And then Tempest. Innocence. to. There we go. And then that's our Gracis, Exilia.
Oh, I forgot. Ooh, Infamous. I'm surprised the two Infamous games with Cole, the first two, didn't get remastered or re-released to modern consoles.
This is a spin-off, but I'm adding it in here because I played it. I'm adding Radiant Mythology.
Ew. All the spin-off games are garbage.
Can you look up the release date of Radiant Mythology for me?
It's like 2011, 2012. Hold on, let me look it up.
Because it's not on this list directly, I think because it's a spin-off.
What's it called? Tales of Radiance?
Tales of... wow, I can't even think right now. Tales of the World, Radiant Mythology.
This came out in 2006.
So that's right after, before or after Tempest. So I'll just put it right after Tempest. Right. I'm gonna do a quick sound check. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, it's one of those crossover games, and then they had that online crossover game.
Oh, we're gonna get into that in a second. Give me one moment. I'm gonna test this.
I'm playing
sound
garbage.
real quick. I'm gonna step away and grab some water.
Yeah, Cristoria, Tales of the Rays.
Nicholas, say a couple sentences real quick.
What? What'd you say?
Just say a couple things.
I can't hear you. You like sound farther away. You're like drifting in the background.
I was doing a mic test, so I'm gonna turn you up a little bit more.
Also, oh yeah. I was like, what is going on?
I was just doing a stream check. All right, MKF. I can hear him well. PsyOps is the first game that uses the Havoc engine before Star Wars Force Unleashed, Infamous, and Control. You can use telekinesis, pyrokinesis, and like 6 other abilities. Okay.
You're like 15 minutes late to that comment.
I know. I was doing other stuff here. All right.
Wait, did MKF play any of the Tales games?
MKF, have you played any Tales games? I don't think he has.
Wait, can you even see who's like in the stream?
Yes. Yes, I can.
You can see if they've left or not?
I can't see if they've left, so I can't see if they're watching. I don't even know if there's a thing for that. What Tales song should we have playing in the background while we're doing this? Or should we not have one?
The overworld music for any of them.
The Tales of series game, which is the discussion we're talking about. Tales of Symphonia, Tales of the Abyss, Tales of Legendia.
I got it. Hold on, let me look it up.
Not Telltale. Look up Tales of the Abyss.
We're gonna do a Vesperia song. I know exactly which one I want to play.
Not Fury Sparks. Please no.
No, it's not gonna be a battle song. It's gonna be one of the dungeons.
Oh, a dungeon? Oh, I thought you were gonna give a town.
Just a relaxing one.
Said no, never play those, but your
Oh
friend.
no, maybe it's the village. The Dawn's Village.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Dun 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 dun. That song gets old after a bit, though. Hold on, I got you. I have to narrow it down. Oh, the opening town theme is so good.
This made me want to play Vesperia again.
A Vow of Unity. You want to listen to that through the whole time, or maybe we'll change it up.
So we got 1,000-Year Slumber of Blastia.
The one you're looking for is called A Vow of Unity.
A Vow of Unity?
Yeah.
That wasn't the one, but I like that one too.
Oh, this isn't the one you're talking about?
No, but I do like that one.
That's the city. That's the City of Thieves.
Well, that one's really good. In the Deep and Peaceful Brush. That one's good. Actually, you just... Wait, can you add a playlist?
No, I just pick a song on YouTube and just go from there. Well, we're trying to find a song.
Well, one that won't get, like, boring.
I mean, you might not be able to hear it. Oh, type in Echoing Breath. I don't remember what this one's from.
Echoing Breath?
I think this is the Mirage Town. Play the Mortal Kombat theme song. Test your might. So MKF, you can hear both of us pretty good overall, in general. Also, let me know if you can hear the background music I'm playing as well.
Duke is a good one. Dang, I'm seriously gonna replay this game.
Oh, it's so good. You can hear the Link sounding music? Okay, we'll do this one then. You know, I just remembered Zagi. Oh, that freaking dumb character.
No, it's all about Tweedle A and Tweedle B.
Tweedle A and Tweedle Dumb. Raven is like the best character.
Oh, Loyal to the Sword and Armor? That one's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's the opening city.
Maybe we'll rotate it. I picked a song for this one for now. I don't know if it'll get tiring. What is the site where you saw all the information? We'll just kind of start there.
The actual Tales site?
Oh. Was it just talesof.com?
Let me see. No, I actually saw a video from a YouTuber who did like a review on it.
Yeah. Because they, so the whole thing that sparked this is the Nintendo Switch David
Vince RPGs.
It's on the Bancone
Oh,
website.
Project Remaster.
On the Nintendo Direct, they announced Tales of Grace of F is getting a remaster. And that game came out in 2009. And apparently they're doing a whole bunch of Tales of series remakes. Or remasters.
Not remakes.
Remasters in the next few years. Well, I'm trying to pull up some information about it.
Well, let me get the 30th anniversary website. Let me send you the link. I got it right here.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. As my brother played the Castlevania DS games, he's played some of them. Well, maybe not
No,
the
I
DS
haven't.
ones. The GBA ones I think you have.
No, I haven't. I've played one Castlevania game for like an hour.
Oh, yeah, I need to
I'm
get
not
you
a
on those.
Castlevania fan.
Oh, never mind.
I played the one on the 360 and I got bored after like an hour.
Oh, that is nothing like.
No, you're the Castlevania guy.
unless it's Symphony of the Night.
I've never played any of those. Symphony of the Night, the originals. I played Bloodstained. That's the one I played.
Oh, you like Bloodstained though, right?
I did.
Yeah. If you like Bloodstained, you should give some of the other Castlevania games a chance. Enter your PIN number to sync your chat history? What? This is weird.
Did you get the link?
Yeah, but I have to go a roundabout way to view it on my computer.
On Facebook?
Yeah, through Messenger.
Oh, I can just send it to you on Discord.
Yeah, that's cool. I got it here in a second.
And make sure you click English. I'm so excited for Project Remaster. We're probably going to get games we never got.
Tales of 30th Anniversary. To be honest, I think we've played almost half of them, but we'll get to that in a second.
We've played... Well, I've played half of them or more.
This is actually pretty cool. They got this little celebration thing going on.
Yeah, the main character for each game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, this is a.
So these main characters are the release order of all the titles.
Oh, yeah.
So you got Tales of
that's pretty
Fantasia,
cool.
Destiny, Eternia, Destiny 2, Symphonia, which was the first game we played.
Yep.
Rebirth, Legendia,
Abyss,
Tempest.
Innocence, and then what are these in?
I don't know. Radiant Mythology. I don't know the other ones.
No, so these three in the middle, because my mouse pointer is here too. I wonder if these are kind of the spin-off games here. And you have Dawn of New World.
Those are the Tempest, Innocence, Hearts, and Radiant Mythology.
Hearts is over here.
Is Vesperia. Never mind.
Yeah, Dawn of the New World is a direct sequel. Vesperia, Hearts, Graces, Exilia, 1, 2.
Oh shit! Sequel.
What's this one? What's after Exilia 2? I don't know who this character is right here.
That's another spin-off.
Okay. Hysteria, Berseria. What are these two?
Those are also spin-offs.
Abyss,
There's
and then...
Tales of the Rays, Tales of Crestoria.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that. I wonder if
Tales
they're
of the
like...
Heroes or something.
I
don't even know what that newest one is.
No, I
After
don't.
It Lies?
There's been a couple mobile games too, hasn't there?
Yeah, those spin-offs are the collaborations where you get a bunch of characters. Those are like the mobile ones.
Yeah. Which are you most excited for? The MVC Collection 1 or 2? Probably the first one because it has actual MVC. Okay.
Wait, who said that?
That's MKF in YouTube. You'll probably have to have YouTube and Twitch in 2 different screens.
Yeah, I have
to see
both of them
versions. Okay, Tales of Series 30th Anniversary 2025 through 2026. So over the span of 2 years.
So you gotta click on English.
Where's their English? It didn't tell me, like...
At the very top, you see a little... Where is it?
Yeah. It just...
There's like a Google Translate next to the star up top. Hold on, refresh the page.
Oh. Good call.
Yeah, there you go, and then click English.
30th Anniversary Project begins. The Tales of series will celebrate its 30th anniversary on December 15th, 2025. Oh, so it's not 30 years this year, it's 30 years next year?
Yep.
We will be holding various events to show our appreciation to all of our fans who have supported us. The adventure never ends. Enjoy the continuing story that encounter changed the world.
So,
go
on
ahead.
the 30th anniversary, they'll probably announce the newest Tales mainline series game.
Think so?
Because Arise came out in 2021, so that'll be 3 years plus for the new game.
Did you complete that from beginning to end?
Yes, and I regret it. The game was dog shit.
Tales of Remastered Project. We will be remastering past titles in the series, giving customers around the world the opportunity to play them on current-gen consoles. Great.
So I'm curious, because this says remaster, it doesn't say remake, so I'm just like, will they remake any of them, or is it just going to be remasters?
So that is a great question. So the difference between remake and remake is pretty much redone from the ground up most of the time, while a remaster is pretty much high res. A game like
Fantasia needs a remake.
Yes.
From the ground up.
Rather than a port. Also, I think Symphonia needs some version of a remake because, granted, the game holds up in its own right, but
never gonna happen.
You don't think so? You think it's too much of a task to do?
No, because they remastered it 3 times. They remastered it for the PS3. Well, and then they ported it to PC, which was just horrible.
Well, didn't you say the PS3 version was not 60 FPS?
No, it wasn't. It was locked coded on the PS2 for 30 FPS, and then they lost the from sources, they lost the original GameCube coding, so that's why it was locked at 30 FPS on PS2, and then they ported the PS2 version on Steam back in like 2014.
I remember we
And
had
that
that
was a really
discussion.
bad port. The resolution was locked at 720 and 30 FPS on PC. So
Well,
you can't
that's-
even do 1080p.
Well, that's all the more reason they would have to redo it unless they found the original source code, because you can't have a 720p
Well-
30 FPS game on current gen consoles the way
Well,
that
they're not
they're doing
going
all
to.
this.
Because last year they remastered it and brought it to the Switch, an actual remaster. And it's also locked at 30 FPS, and that had its own problem. So why would they remaster it for a fourth time?
But that's what I'm saying. They would have to redo it.
They're not going to.
I mean, if they have plenty of years to do it, like they have. I mean, at this point, it's going to be within 2 years, so they could do that over that.
I don't think they're going to, because game companies, they'll never remaster a game unless it's Skyrim 5-6 times.
Well, that one wasn't even a remaster, or well, I'm sorry, yeah, a remaster or a remake, but they said remasters project, so you have a point there. And then, of course, it says next topic coming soon. We'll see. Remaster project. The
I'm
masterpiece.
just saying, like, they have so many other titles to focus on rather than doing Symphonia for a fourth time. Even though I'd like them to actually like remake or remaster Symphonia.
It's the first
What they're doing,
game
right?
to pretty much break this into the Western audience. That would be the most important game to remake, in my opinion. Because they've already remade Vesperia or remastered Vesperia, so you don't have to do much there.
I want Abyss.
I would say so. Let me pose this question to you: do you save the most important game first, or do you save it for last?
I don't know. But like I said, they've already remastered Symphonia like 3 times and brought it to modern consoles, so like they're not going to focus on doing it again.
I think they will. I mean, they've already redid Abyss and put on the
Well, they
3DS.
did, last year they released Tales of Symphonia Remaster for the Switch.
Yeah, I think they can do better than
That
that
was
because
2 years ago,
everything
so why would
else.
they be like, hey, another remaster Symphonia version? Like, they're not going to do it.
Because I think that was just a ported version of that. I mean,
No, it wasn't. They actually remastered that with
well,
better
they-
textures and everything.
then they need to enhance it beyond that. Because that's a
They're,
Switch.
they're not going to.
The Switch is a low-res console in its own right. You know, for a lot of games. Masterpiece of the Tales series is back, more beautiful and easier to play. The addition to the convenient features added to the remastered version series familiar grade shop is also unlocked from the beginning. Oh, that's nice of them. Making
What,
the game
how?
even more comfortable to play. Yeah, because you don't earn any grade.
But how? Yeah, how? You got to beat the game to earn grade.
Here, let's watch this little video. This is 4 minutes.
What,
皆さんこんにちは。
Manager's video?
テイルズ・オブシリーズ IP 総合プロデューサーの富澤です。おかげさまでテイルズ・オブシリーズは今年2024年12月から
Are there
なんと
subtitles?
30周年を迎えます。
Japanese
今から
auto-generated.
29年前の1995年12
Japanese
月15
subtitles.
日、テイルズ・オブシリーズの第1作目であるテイルズ・オブ・ファンタジアが発売されました。それから今日までこんなにも長く歩んでこられたのはひとえに
Okay,
テ
now
イルズ・オ
I'll
ブ
put
を
it in
愛してくださっている
regular speed.
皆様のおかげです。我々スタッフ一同
Because everyone who
感謝の
loves
気持ちでいっぱいです。
Turzog, we the
いつもあ
staff
りが
are
とうございます。
filled with gratitude.
さて、
Hashimoto's.
30周年を迎えるにあたり、皆様にお届けできるよういろいろな施策を予定しています。
To deliver
Wait,
ぜ
is
ひ
this
楽しみに
on the
お待ちいただければと思います。
Say it again?
そんなアニバーサリーイヤーの施策の一環として、
Yeah,
過去
the
作
guy
を
who
リマスタ
did
ー化
God
し
Eater.
世界中のお客様に現行のゲーム機で遊んでいただける機会を30周年でも改めて推進していきます。すでに遊んでいただいた方にも、これから、新たに遊んでいただく方にも
Oh, I can move it.
気軽に楽
Nice.
しんでい
Yeah, that's
ただけるようさまざまな工夫を
So he's the
凝らして
producer
い
of
ま
the
す。
series
どうぞご期
since
待ください。さて、この
Berseria
度
or
テイルズ・オブ・グ
Arise?
レイセス F リマスターの情報を
Oh yeah, we already
It's
have
coming to
release date.
Steam and the day after. we can't even
16
play
日
it
の
on Steam
発
at
売を
launch.
予定しています。最新 PV も初公開していますので、こ
Look at
ちらもぜひご覧くだ
Sophia.
さい。グレイセス F と
Asbel,
いえば
Malik,
やはり
Sherry,
キャラ
Hubert.
クターたちの
I
幼少期
didn't,
か
I
らの
didn't even
絆、
remember
Pascal.
Sherry's
これ
name.
をこうじっくり描いているところが特徴ではないでしょうか。
And King Richard.
成長した後のキャラクターたちの約束がどう
Did you say
さ
Asbel?
れるのか変わっているのか、
Asbel?
そういったところが、
Asbel?
見どころだと思います。
You know how you know a Tales game is
今後です
good?
ねバトルにつ
Is
いての
10,
評価が高い
15
の
years
が
later you remember the main cast names.
こうリマスターされてからも、今でも本当に
I don't remember the names
楽しんでいただけるので、ぜひ、 クションファンの方も楽しみにしていただきたいと思っています。
Oh no.
グレイス SF の
It doesn't,
Rye.
it didn't
単
have
独
that
イベン
much of an
ト、
impact.
これも何年か前にあったんですが、そこでも本当に熱いファンの皆さんからリマスターの希望っていうものをいただいておりました。やっぱり今回それがやっと果たせることっていうのは本当に自分自身としても嬉しく思っています。
It's interesting. This is the first game they're doing.
改めてご説明させていただきます。
No,
2009年
Symphonia
に
was the
で
first
オリジナ
game.
ル版が発売され、
No, I'm
その
talking
後
about
2010
like
年にプレイステーション3で発売されました。
on like next gen consoles.
物語の舞台は豊かな緑に恵まれた星エフィネア。
Well, you saw the leak. I showed you the leak that happened like a month or two ago, right? Like it got leaked that Exilia is being
花畑で出会
remastered.
った記憶の
Exilia
ない少
1.
女にソフィーという名を与え、王子
Yeah,
自体
I
の
don't know
3
if
人
I
で
read all
友
that.
情の
Oh,
誓いを交わします。
that actually looks a lot
青年へ
cleaner.
と成長したアスベルと仲間たちは
Yeah, it says
あの
on
日の
PC it's going to be
自ら
60
の
to
守るべきもの
120
のため
FPS, which is
世界の命運を握る戦いへと
Good, because the gameplay needs it.
今回発表したリマスター版で
and
は
up to
魅力あふ
4K.
れるキャラクターたちと共に
Now, like,
さらに美しくなった
With
世
his
界
musk
を
scent.
巡る旅が始まります。ハードごとにグ
Wait,
ラフィッ
did
ク
they
の調整
speed it up?
を行います。
No, I
詳
didn't.
細は製品公式サイトをご覧ください。
Oh, you're doing that
さら
times
に
2
本
thing?
作ではより快適に
1.25
プレイしていただけるようオリジナル版から
But that's how they look like when you have that fast running ability that you unlock in the Great Shop.
各種
I
スキップ
forgot
機
how
能
pretty this game was.
フィールドやダンジョン内で
Although I wasn't a
エンカウン
fan
トを
of
オ
the
フに
overworld.
さらに
Yeah.
シリーズ同じ
You could run through enemies?
開放など
Oh, that's right. You could turn
ゲームを
off
よりスムー
battle
ズに楽
encounters.
しんでい
That's
ただける
right.
便利機能を多数追加しま
That's
す。
something
また
quality of life
オリジ
feature
ナル
they're
版で
adding.
DLC
Oh, yeah, the
コンテンツを
costumes.
多数収録いたします。
Okay,
こ
those
ちらも
weren't
製品公式サイトをご覧ください
originally there. Those were DLC
以上い
costumes.
かがでしたでしょうか。
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a little
一丸とな
bit.
ってテイルズオブ
Freaking
シリーズ30周年を盛り
taking
上げていくべく
away
いろいろなニュースを特設ページや
quests that have
SNS でお
DLC
届けしていきますの
costumes,
で
so you have to pay for everything. They've been doing that since Vesperia.
今
It's
後も引き続
annoying.
きテイルズオブシリーズをよ
Before
ろ
it
しくお
continues
願いいたします
of the Fools of series. Badly translated. There, memories I can't forget, and then the official website for that. Tales of Grace's E Freemaster. What? F remastered. Look at that. They messed up that typo there. Goods campaign.
Yeah, so I'm curious to know what titles we're getting. Exilia 1 is most likely going to happen because of that leak.
How many do you think they're going to do over
I
the
think
next
they're
2
going to
years?
do probably like 5 or 6.
You think so? That means we would get one every 4 months.
Well, they have through 2026.
Right. So this will be the first one. This is probably the only one that's going to come out this year, right? Or actually, this is not even coming out this year. This is coming out in January. So that would be the first. And if you're saying they're doing 5 more, that means they would do one probably June or July, and then one in probably like October, November, and then the following year they probably do February, July, like October again. And then in 2026, well, no, it's at 25 through 2026, so that's 2 full years. Plus this year we're getting, no, that's right, that's B1. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I don't see them.
We're going to say 5. So we got Symphonia, that's 1. Graces is coming out. It got leaked that Exilia is coming out, but it might have been a fake leak.
So
And the producer said his favorites is Tales of Hearts. That's his favorite Tales game. So it's most likely they might remaster that one.
So if let's say if they're going to do 6, I would say if they're going to redo 6 games, they're not going to do the last 3 that came out. They're not going to do Zestiria, Berseria, Arise. It just wouldn't make sense. They're too new, and I don't think they need to do it because they're on last gen consoles, which is PS4 and Xbox. They already remastered Vesperia, so I don't see them redoing that again. So we already know Graces. Exilia would make sense. Symphonia, Abyss. They would probably do.
Symphonia already happened, so it's not. They're not going to redo it again.
don't think
Abyss,
so?
maybe.
I see them doing Abyss because it was PS2 and 3DS.
I hope they do Abyss. I want to replay it.
I would think they would do Destiny 1. And maybe one of these weird spin-off games.
No, mainline games. I don't think they're going to do any spin-off games. The spin-off games weren't that popular.
Then Hearts they'll probably do. So that would only leave
Well, in the interview, he mentions how he wants to bring more games to the U.S. for modern audiences. So I think that's hinting that they're going to remaster some games that never got over here. For example, Destiny 2 and Rebirth we might get. Maybe.
I don't see them doing Destiny 2 without doing Destiny 1.
Maybe they'll do like a combo pack. No, maybe.
I mean, they could. They could Final Fantasy. They could Final Fantasy it and do like a couple games like back to back.
Yeah, like they could do a combo Destiny 2 because those are those the same characters? I don't even know if they're the same characters.
Oh, these ones? I don't think so because I think the second game takes place like 10 years later or something. Tales of Destiny 2. Story is set 8 years after Destiny 1. Follows Kyle Dunamis, the son of the previous game's protagonist. So I guess one of the two main characters from the first game have a kid. And then that is the main character in the second game. So 8 years later. And then Eternia. Eternia is it's not a direct sequel, but it's that game came out in the West first before it actually came out in Japan, which is interesting. That game was pretty good. I think that's the only other Tales game in that era that was 2D. And you know what's crazy? Fantasia was
No, Rebirth was 2D.
Was it?
Yep.
There, I've actually never seen gameplay of Rebirth.
Careful looking up videos because there is a lot of dialogue for Tales of Rebirth. I was watching videos the other day to look at the gameplay. There's so much talking in that game.
Look at how this game looks.
Oh, the overworld's 3D?
Oh.
That's weird.
There's lanes. Oh, wait, did Eternia have lanes? I don't remember Eternia having lanes.
3 lanes.
Okay.
So 2D with lanes. Mega Man Battle Network lanes.
Yeah, that's true. When did this
Okay,
game
I didn't know the overworld is 3D when you're in the overworld, but when you're in like a
battle,
when you go to like a town or village, it's like it looks completely different.
Wow, look at all these slots where you could start the battle. Yeah, I think every Tales game. Well, let me rephrase that. Even Eternia is a 3D overworld. Because I mean, how would you do a 2D overworld? You know, maybe it's 2D graphics, but this is interesting. Does that mean you can't attack enemies that are in a different lane?
Probably not.
Unless you have like a wide area attack that can do multiple lanes. Just seeing this gameplay has me intrigued already. Like this Tales game's taking me back, man.
This game had full voice acting.
This game looks really good for a PS2 game.
I'm looking at the characters. I don't know any of those characters. I just remember in Tales of Graces, in the arena for the cameo, it was that main guy right there with the ponytail.
Eternia played very similar to Fantasia, where you're in the same lane, and then you just end up, attacking.
Is that Eternia? Yeah, that's Eternia.
Yeah, I did play this. This is the Colosseum.
You said you didn't, or you did?
I did.
Yeah, the last battle I died so many times. Guy kept two-shotting me.
Wait, you played this game?
Yeah, on the PSP. I loved it. Reed! Yeah, that's the main character. That's my boy Reed.
Oh man, they're fighting
Did
Fantasia
you ever fight
characters.
like the optional bosses? Like, did you find Maxwell?
I don't remember.
The Spirit Maxwell?
In this game?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I did. The music is great in all these Tales games.
Well, it's the same guy doing the music for all the games.
Yeah, they're fighting characters from Fantasia. And they're playing a song from Fantasia too. Huh. And then, oops, I didn't mean to do that.
All right, we're supposed to be doing a tier list discussion.
Yeah, this is all encompassing. All right.
Games we haven't played.
So let me scooch this over. So mine is going to be on the left, and then yours is going to be on the right.
Okay.
So the way that this is designed, pretty much you're going to rank your games. Either S is the highest, it's God tier, A, B, C, D, or just did not play. So we can do this in order, left, from like release date. So you did not play Fantasia, right?
I did. It was on the Game Boy Advance.
I don't remember you playing that.
Yep.
Did you finish it?
Nope. I got pretty far though.
I think I did it within 60 hours. So
I got really far.
But feel
but
free
I
to
did not finish it.
add any commentary on the games we talk about. So this is just gonna. We haven't played these games for a while, so this is gonna go in my memory bank. So I would, and you can always change the tiers throughout too. I'll probably put Fantasia in the B category for right now. So where are you putting it?
D.
Yeah, was that bad?
Well, it's just the battle system was dated.
Yeah, it's pretty old. You know what's crazy about that game is you eventually unlock ability where you can do any move with inputs. Like you didn't have to put it into the 1 of 4 slots. You just had the entire moveset like Street Fighter moves, and you could learn it that way.
Did you know they made like a little 2-episode anime, 3-episode anime,
No,
4 episodes for Tales of Fantasia?
I did not. They've done anime for a lot of these. So you would put it in D because of the battle system mainly?
Yeah, it's just an old game. Like I played it like when that game come out, 90 something.
That game came out in '95.
Yeah, I played it in like 2008, 2009.
But we didn't get it until later. It came out on the Super Famicom. And Game Boy Advance we got it in 2006.
Yeah, so
we got it way later.
I played it after Symphonia Vesperia. So that's why for me it's ranked so low because I played it after playing like the 3D ones.
Your expectations were much lower. Okay. Did not play Destiny 1.
Nope.
So
we didn't have no PlayStation 1.
Did you play Destiny 2? Probably not.
No, Destiny 2 never came out over here.
But you could have still played it, is what I mean. But you would have to get it translated, probably.
No Destiny 2. Eternia, I'm giving an A.
Didn't Destiny 2 come out? So what was the one? What was Tales of Eternia was?
So Destiny 1 came out in America.
Yeah.
After Fantasia, and then Tales of Eternia came out in Japan, but for some reason they changed the name to Destiny 2 on the PS2 when it was released in America.
Gotcha. Okay.
So Tales of Destiny 2 on the PS2 is actually Tales of Eternia, but it wasn't named that.
Gotcha.
And then they re-released Tales of Eternia on the PSP, but actually called it Tales of Eternia.
Gotcha. Okay, I was not aware of that. Okay.
Yeah.
They did the whole Final Fantasy 2.
Yeah, just like Final Fantasy did that.
Yeah, 3 versus 6. Gotcha. Okay. So
you're saying I'm doing an A.
A tier.
I love that game. I thought that game was fantastic. Even though it's a 2D game, I thought it was so much fun. The characters, the story, battle system.
I'll put mine in B for now. It's been a while since I played that game. Symphonia is S tier, God tier for me. I can't not put Symphonia as an S.
That game's just too good.
Same for you?
Yep.
I mean,
I beat that game back to back like 8 times.
I didn't play it that many times, but it is both of our first Tales games. Oh man.
We never played Rebirth because we never got it.
No, we'll revisit some of these. So Rebirth, did not play. Legendia, that's D tier for me. That's drunken tier. That's dick booty tier. Yeah. You didn't play it?
I played Legendia.
Why do I not remember you playing any of these games?
Yeah, we would always quote the Bantam Bouncers. And then Bread Rain, when you fight that little chef girl, Bread Rain Alpha. fighting you with a freaking loaf of bread and beating the crap out of you. Level 70, 72, and she's still beating us up.
Hold on one sec. Tales of Legendia. I can't remember. You remember their names? What are their names? Banto Thieves?
The Bantam Bouncers. I think Bantam Bouncers. I give Legendia like a... Yeah, I give it like a D.
Oops. I didn't mean to drop
Yeah,
that.
the Bantam Bouncers.
Hold on, let me put this back. It's bad quality.
Get out of my way.
At least this game was voiced.
No,
His
it was
fingertips.
voiced for half the
They're
game.
glowing.
Yes, you were correct.
I never finished it. I got to the end and I never finished it. Yep. They start singing.
Violence too.
Exactly right. Just what they said. You gotta obey the rules at all times. You dig?
Yeah, it's like Elvis.
Oh no! So dumb.
They don't have stuff like this in the new Tales game. Like the silliness, the funniness.
Say that again?
They don't have stuff like this in the new Tales game.
No,
Like
they don't have
the fun
like
aspect.
quips and quirks. It's all
Yeah, the
seriousness.
silly goofiness.
What's the funny part of this whole thing? There's
You got it?
So you
know
fight
who-
them, right?
There's nothing.
And then when you come back later in the game,
I find myself hurrying.
it's like he came back, he came back. Let's get together and kick it. Stop!
Beauty is sin.
Prepare yourself. We are the Bantam Bouncers.
And then you fight him. Beat the crap out of
Just
them.
came at me.
Sentinel! Wait, what? He just got attacked by lightning? Oh, Will? By the way, his name's Will. Yeah, Will attacked Sentinel. See, I even remember some of these characters' names.
I don't
They were
remember
good
his name.
characters.
Oh my goodness.
But why do we give Legendia? Well, I give Legendia. I want to give it a C, but it has to go D. You beat the game, right?
Yes.
So I got to the end. So the reason why it's not getting a higher grade is because I don't know if you remember. Halfway through the game, the credits start rolling.
Yeah, there's a credit
Like you
roll
beat the
midway.
main bad guy, you go to his little army fort, and then the credits start rolling. It's like, what? The game's over? That felt like a really short Tales game.
Yep.
Well, and then there's a whole nother plot after the credits roll, but in the English version, the voice acting just cuts off. They didn't voice the second half of the game,
No,
and that
they
really
did
killed
not.
it for me.
Whatever that the dark witch lady, I forget her name, because the second half of the game's about her.
The blonde lady with the pot,
Yeah.
she's the 9th character.
Groon.
Is
We're not
it-
gonna
is it
see a
Groon?
picture of her. Yeah, it's Groon. We're
She's
not
like
gonna
the blonde mermaid girl looking girl. Or is she blonde hair? Oh, she has like blue hair. Yeah, yeah, Groon with the pot.
Yeah, this character. Why are we getting all this voluptuous stuff in here?
It's anime.
We didn't ask for any of that. Yeah. So
Give the fans what they want.
the gameplay is fun in the beginning. Actually, now that I remember, this was also a 2D game.
Yeah, the battle system is 2D, but it had random battle encounters. That's another reason why I hated it.
Oh, because you couldn't
Um,
see the enemies on the
Yeah, you
map.
can't see the enemies on map, but when you're exploring dungeons, they just appear. And that's another thing why I give it a D is because the second half of the game, you're just revisiting all the places you've already been to in the first half of the game.
That's just not a good. In most games, that's not a good. That's not a fun way to play a game.
yeah,
that's
it's like, hey,
Exilia
remember the
2.
dungeon you did? Go back to it and do the same thing.
Yeah, and then the health bars were based on these little circles right here, which I didn't mind that as much. I liked it in the beginning because as Sentinel, like
Sentinel? You mean Sentinel?
Sentinel. I said
Sentinel Prime?
Like his moveset, like a fifth of his moves are revolved around grabs. They're pretty much all like command grabs. Remember, you can like, and then as you progress through the game, you can get stronger ones, and then you can pick up heavier enemies. So you
Yeah.
end up pile driving like a bear. This one doesn't even have good gameplay. What the heck?
Yeah, if the voice acting didn't cut out the second half of the game, I probably would give this like a C or a B. Because that really killed the game for me. No voice acting.
Yeah, I was just all reading.
Pick him up! Pick him up! Oh, he
Uh-huh.
doesn't have that ability yet.
I
Oh,
don't-
that's right.
yeah.
You could dash to the other side of them.
Yeah. I totally forgot this was a 2D game.
This would actually be a really cool 3D game if they remade it. So yeah, Tales of Legendia, you get a D. They really botched the localization.
Let me see if I can get some more gameplay in here.
Remember Jay, the like mime-looking dude?
No. Oh, here's a better quality one. Yeah, this is... I mean, it was fun for a bit, but then for me, it got old really quick.
No,
Like-
I enjoyed
like
the
after
first
halfway.
half until the credits roll. I was really loving the story, and then the second half just like I don't know what happened.
Yeah. So,
It was
D
so
tier.
much fun the first half.
The back half of the game wasn't really fun, just because it
No.
just dragged on and on and
Yeah.
on. You have to keep your players interested, especially when you're revisiting areas and yeah, no cuts. Like there was like cutscenes, but it was all scripted, no VA. So no, it was not great. Abyss, S tier. Actually, I might give it an A.
The PS2 version is an A. The 3DS version is an S tier. I give an S tier.
Oh,
I played the 3DS version. You didn't.
I did play it. I owned it.
You did?
I didn't play it. I didn't finish it. I didn't get very far.
Wait, why an A? This is an S tier game, especially the story.
I'm debating. I don't like it as much as I do Symphonia and Vesperia.
That doesn't mean it's not an S tier.
Yes, I know.
Kill the phone on.
Jade is the...
No, so the reason why I said PS2 gets an A is because when you're in the overworld and you finish a battle, the screen goes black for like 20, 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah. The
That
load
was a
times.
pain.
The load
That
times
was
in
such a
Abyss
pain.
is horrendous.
Yeah.
on the PS. And we burnt through it. We went through it. We lived that.
I didn't play the game a second time because usually Tales games I'll do 2 playthroughs back to back.
Oh, so you missed the bonus dungeon then?
Yeah. So on the no, I didn't. Wait,
Is-
bonus dungeon?
Isn't
there a
there?
bonus
Don't you get a
dungeon?
key that's only available in the second playthrough?
I don't know. Is there a bonus dungeon in Abyss?
I want to say there is. If I remember
Missing
correctly.
dungeon. Where do I find it? No. You don't have. Oh no, you're right. The Abyss replica facility. You're right. That's right. I never did that on the PS2. I
Yeah,
did
see
it on
it?
the 3DS.
Look, yeah, see it? A dungeon. I'm just looking at
Yeah, the replica facility. I never did it on the PS2. I did it on the 3DS.
a dungeon
though.
only accessible during the second or further playthrough.
Yeah, because you find out like more about the replicas and stuff, and Luke and Ash.
I don't remember anything about it, but I remember doing it.
Yeah, because Luke is a
A clone,
clone of Ash.
Ash. You know what? I'm gonna have to move Abyss up because you're right.
Why are you doing that? Oh, you now remembering the story and the characters
Yeah, I'm remembering a bit of the story.
and the characters.
Well, I remember most of the characters, but
Name them all. Annis, Guy,
you didn't give me a
Jade.
chance.
Natalia. Who's
What
the main
was
girl?
Tyr? I know Tyr.
Here, yep.
Who's the archer? I don't remember.
That's
Did you-
Natalia.
Talia, Jade.
There's only 6 main characters.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then you get Ash later. So he's a
Or-
playable
or like
character
a
for like
limited time.
for like an hour.
Yeah.
The reason why I changed it because story all encompassing. I forgot that there is a huge plot twist in that game when you fight. I forget his name. Whoever your trainer is, the guy that pretty much trained you in swords fighting.
You really don't remember his name?
It was like Vance or something.
It starts with a V, yeah.
I don't remember. You're gonna make me look all this stuff up,
His name is Van, not Vance. Van.
man.
Master.
Yeah. I am remembering now that there was a nice plot twist when he came, but then you find out that the main character is a clone of someone that really hated you and wanted to kill you. And
You remember Phone Master Ion?
I do. In the back of my mind, I was like, was he a playable character? No, he was just with you half
No.
the time. He was with you some of the time, and then you had to rescue him. Then he went away, and then Jade's whole backstory, because Jade was supposed to be the bad guy. He was there because he was essentially the mole in your group, and he was the science figurehead. Wasn't he the one that created the field of phonons?
It was either him or his wife.
But his wife died, or she turned into a zombie, right?
Yeah, that's the secret boss.
Oh,
Like,
that's
you know how
right.
Symphonia had that secret boss from the what are
Abyssal.
those? The Fell Arms.
Yeah, Abyssin.
That was from Symphonia.
Yep.
But when you collect all the Fell Arms in Abyss, you fight Jade's wife. That was a really cool, like, little side plot.
I appreciate that they kept those in there in other games. Like, you also got that in Vesperia. They did have a version of that in Hearts.
That's another thing that's missing from the modern Tales games, like
that type of bonus content.
the Fell Arm side quest, where it's like you collect these demonic weapons that are supposed to be mega powerful, but after Vesperia, they kind of went downhill and didn't really do much with them. Like, they're in Exilia, but like they're not like these powerful, destructive demon arms.
I don't remember them being in Exilia.
They are in Exilia, but they changed it. Like, it was a mess.
Did you just collect them to get to a particular area? Like, you couldn't even use them like you could in previous games?
I think in Exilia, yeah, you collect 6 of them. I had to look up where they all were because at the end of the game I just didn't care anymore. We'll get to that in a minute. What'd you just put in the do not play? Tempest?
Tempest.
I didn't play Radiant Mythology. I don't play those spin-off games.
If I can give Radiant Mythology a
Wait, why is there not an F?
I didn't want to just have like a billion different categories. Should we make an extra category just for this?
Yeah, you should make F.
Okay.
Or like what is F dog shit? There's D, and then underneath it should do doo-doo or dog
Is that what you want me to call it? Doo-doo?
Yeah, doo-doo. Dookie, poo-poo,
Would pick one.
dookie. Yeah, because the next game is going on that.
Okay. Dookie can be or purple.
Or poo-poo, poo-poo.
He said Dookie.
No, we about to get to that. And I know some people, I don't know if anybody will watch this video and all the way, but some people will be like, no, the next game, it was great. It's like, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Okay, so is a game so far up here going in your Dookie tier?
None of those go in Dookie. The next one goes into Dookie. How far did you get into the next game? Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World. That's dog Dookie. That's doo-doo Dookie.
Have you ever played, I'm sure you played like games, particularly RPGs, where you get to a certain point, you stop playing the game, you give it a shot like months or years later, and then you get to the exact same point and you just stop playing? I think that's what happened in this game for me.
Yeah, I've done that to a couple games. Yeah, no, Dawn of the New World is Dookie. It's nothing like the other Tales games.
No.
There's no overworld. It's just teleport. You know,
You're right.
you remember
No.
you go to town,
You just,
and then you go to the map
dungeons.
on your screen,
Yep, it's
and you
all
just teleport
dungeons.
to the next area.
Yep. So there's no
No
exploration.
overworld. You can catch monsters like Pokemon, which I thought was stupid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, again, the English release was probably botched. They didn't bring back any of the voice actors from Tales of Symphonia 1.
That is true.
They tried to
there's
do a
maybe
bait
one,
and switch
but-
where Lloyd is the bad guy, and that wasn't true at all.
No, I got to the point where you ended up recruiting him.
Yeah, he's like a side character.
Yeah, because
I didn't like the main character, the sibling.
this game you only play as those two characters.
Yeah, you can't play as any of the side characters.
Nope. And then the whole point of the collectible like Pokemon is you end up pretty
Using
much
them in battle.
fighting them. Yep, and you collect them and then you use them in battle. I think
Yeah,
you can
it
only
was-
get one or two at a time. Hold on.
It was just I don't know
I'll pull the
what
video.
they were thinking. It should have been a direct sequel where Lloyd's back. You play as Lloyd. You know, you play as Rain. You play as
And literally in the new world. You said Rain. You mean Colette?
No, Rain. Genius' sister. Do you not remember these characters?
Oh, Rain. Yeah. No, it's been a while. So
Yeah. So I don't know who made this game. Definitely wasn't the same thing. Why is Colette all sad?
it was also a Wii game.
Yeah, it was on the Wii too, so it didn't look that great. But no, this game was Dookie Dookie
I
Butter.
played it when it was on PS3. I bought it on the Wii, never played it, but then I played it when it came out on the PS3.
Oh, the collection.
Yeah, so like here you have two monsters over here, and they auto fight too. You don't control them. You can change some of the stats and whatnot. And this is very early in the game. This is like within the first few hours.
Yeah,
Probably.
everything about this game is just goofy.
Yeah, just gameplay was not good. I mean, it's very similar, but it was slower and just was not.
I actually did end up quitting. I don't know if I got like halfway or just below halfway.
I
I
might have
ended
got
up
almost
quitting and
halfway.
just watching all the cutscenes, and I was
'Cause-
like, "This is a stupid story."
So very similar to Exilia 2, in the sense you do run into a lot of the characters from the regular game, Symphonia. They're just NPCs that you talk to and you just happen to run across. They're looking for Lloyd. You're looking for Lloyd because Lloyd's apparently killed your parents. But then you find out what there was a
He
clone,
didn't.
or there was just you didn't like. That's what you were told, but that's not what happened because Lloyd was framed. And this is after the first game too. So yeah, Dookie tier.
Is Vesperia next?
Yes.
Yep, that's an S tier.
I would, if I were to put
The,
like
the
a god
Holy
tier,
Trinity right there. The Holy Trinity.
that's a good way to look at it, to be honest. Vesperia, in my opinion, is the best Tales game that I've played. I think it's the best one just in general based on what I've read or seen or witnessed.
That I'm about to give credit to somebody who deserves it. I do not think Tales of Vesperia would be as great if it wasn't for the performance of Troy Baker.
Oh,
As Yuri.
As Yuri?
Now, most people, Troy Baker is so popular now. This game came out in what, 2007, 2008?
This
Now
was-
in 2024.
Well, I'm gonna look
This
him
was-
up. This was like his third game, right?
Yeah, but this was his first main role. This was like his third or fourth game. Like the first three games he did some voice acting for. He wasn't like a main character. He was just like an extra voice or like a side character. This was his first big role. And I remember when I first played it, I thought Yuri was a girl off the cover. I was like, oh,
yeah,
purple
yeah.
hair
We
chick,
thought,
that's cool.
when we first saw it in a magazine, and
Because like his clothes, like his top, like he's like has a little chest showing. But then you hear him, and I was like, oh, he's a dude. And I remember thinking like, wow, his voice sounds so cool. And I remember seeing an interview with Troy Baker where he was talking about how when they were recording, they actually like changed lines throughout the game because he felt like, hey, I don't feel Yuri would say this or do this in this situation.
They
So
gave
they
him that
actually
input?
changed some of the writing. And also, do you know the voice actor Yuri Lowenthal?
is that the name?
Yes, that's his name. He voiced Peter Parker in the most recent Spider-Man games.
Oh, I'm
Very
not
popular
familiar with
voice actor. He was the main voice for Abyss. He was Luke in Abyss.
it. Oh, okay.
And Troy Baker said that the team loved him so much that they named Yuri Lowell after him. So Yuri Lowell instead of Yuri Lowenthal, it's Yuri Lowell.
Oh, that's cool.
Like they named him after his performance for Luke. So I thought that was really cool. Better info.
Yeah, so I got this wiki pulled up here. So he's done a lot of stuff. You know what's crazy? That he did Joker in the later Arkham games, which is nuts when you think about it. His first game, Blood Rain, in 2004. Then he did Full Metal, Brothers in Arms. But this says grouped under voice talent, so he probably didn't have a big character.
Yeah, just like a.
He was in
line or
Metroid Prime 3,
two. like yeah,
Various
like background voices,
soldiers.
like various soldiers.
Trauma Center. But yeah, you're right. This was his first probably big
Yeah, this
role.
was his first main role.
And then his next one was his next big role was probably Nathan Drake.
Resistance. Quantum of Solace. Wait, he was in First Departure?
Look at that. He was in Last Remnant. He was in Persona. He was in
No,
Prototype.
yeah, he was Kanji in Persona. I think after Last of Us, that's when he really took off. as because he was Joel in The Last of Us.
Oh, he was in Star Ocean.
Yeah, additional voices. He's one character. So yeah, notice he's getting a lot of like small roles here and there.
Yeah, and he was probably doing other shows. And
Oh, that's right. He was Snow in Final Fantasy 13.
I didn't know
I
that.
forgot he was Snow.
Granted, you know voice act because you were trying to do voice actors for a while.
I
Muhammad,
did it
how
for
we
like
doing?
2 months.
Tails fan? Yes, we're doing our tier list. We're getting back to that in a second. Wow, I remember these games, but I never played them. Valkyria Chronicles, Quantum Theory. He was in Zengoku Bazaar. He was Espio in the Sonic the Hedgehog game. That was the Sonic 06 game.
Look at all these roles he's getting in 1 year. Holy cow.
Damn.
He was Tim Drake. Yeah. Yeah. He started getting pretty big.
He was the narrator in Cabela game.
Never heard of it.
He was. Oh, that makes sense. I don't know why I never thought of that. He was Nova in MVC Ultimate.
So I think that's one of the reasons why Vesperia is even better is because of
he made that game what it was prior to him being this professional. He was
this was his first main role, and he did such a fantastic job. But now he's like so big, like
his Wikipedia page. Look at these are all just games.
Yeah, these aren't even like he has a music career where he makes music, he acts, he's an actor.
I remember him being. I didn't play Far Cry, but he was Pagan.
Pagan Min Squirrel.
He was the squirrel in Ragnarok.
I did not know that. That didn't even sound like him.
No, but that's the one that was like giving you like taunts and hints, right?
Yep.
He was Shinnok in old
he's in Death Stranding.
Oh, he's playing Indiana Jones. That's right. In the indie game that's coming out later this year.
He's super talented voice actor. Like he could sound like a bunch of different people.
Death Stranding. Yep.
But I was pissed because when we finally got the PS3 edition, the definitive edition, they never called him to reprise his role as Yuri. I even messaged Wendy Lee, who's most people will know her as the voice of Faye from Cowboy Bebop. She's done like 500 voices, right? She's a voice director.
So he didn't come back for that one?
What?
He didn't come back for the remake?
No, they never contacted him. He actually said in an interview. Not an interview. Him and Nolan North did this thing on YouTube called like Retro Gaming or something, where they just go and play games. And he had mentioned that a lot of early fans of Troy Baker before he exploded know him from a game called Tales of Vesperia. And he was gutted that they didn't even contact him to reprise his role because he loved Yuri. Like that's one of his favorite characters that he ever did. And he literally said, like, I was gutted. They didn't even contact him to reprise his role. But they got all the other people back.
Yeah, and that's his first big, big break, you could say. So, yeah. Vesperia's best game, best gameplay, hands down. Took after its predecessors in Symphonia and Abyss and just made the game so much better, more improved. Voice cast was great. Battle system was fun. It's not the best story.
Vesperia. Well, did you beat the definitive edition when it came out 5 years ago?
Yes, I did, and I did the super dumb extended dungeon as well.
I didn't do the second one. I got bored of it. The first dungeon was cool. The second one was. I didn't get to the end. I got pretty far though.
It was just a bunch of like levels of the same thing over and over.
Walk forward, left to right, go.
Yeah, it was not a good time. I mean,
no, but we got the beta version on the 360. That wasn't even like the complete version, and that game was so good for what it was. It was literally a beta release.
Think about how early that game came out in the Xbox's lifespan. That game came out in 2008. The Xbox came out in 2006.
So we're talking about the Holy Trinity, Symphonia, Abyss, Vesperia, because we're about to get to the other garbage titles. Vesperia's battle system was great. The exploration was great. The town designs, secret side quests. Now, I understand a lot of people, because a lot of people who haven't played the original, we're going to call it the Holy Trinity, the original Tales game, a lot of people nowadays who are considered Tales fans, they started playing Tales when Zestiria came out, or Berseria or Arise, so the last three.
So they don't know.
And then they'll go back to replay the old games because they're being re-released on modern consoles. Like Vesperia is on PC, came out in 2019 on PC. So a lot of people who played Vesperia after, you know, Tales of Zestiria, Berseria, Arise, they think like, oh, it's just an okay game. It's like, you don't understand. There's a lot of stuff from the older titles that they don't do in the newer titles that make the game like, it feels like it's missing something. It's like a lost art, like with the mechanics and with like the exploration. The world design in particular, like a lot of people are like, oh, the Fairy's dungeons, they're just like empty. You just go into this dungeon and you just walk. But it's like they have like little hidden corners off camera. You know how like the older games are fixed cameras?
Yes, they are.
And they have like puzzles. Like Symphonia had a lot of like little secret puzzles.
Yep.
To go to secret areas to find secret bosses and stuff. I missed that. The new games don't have that.
Well,
But-
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, but I get where some people are coming from, like modern people, where it's like the older games, you don't know if there's side quests to complete or hidden stuff to find because it doesn't give you objectives. You just have to randomly go into a town and just talk to an NPC, and then the screen will flash black for a second. It's like, oh, side quest. Whereas the new games, it'll like NPCs will have like a symbol above them, be like, hey, there's a quest over here, go do it. But the quests are like really dumb and boring.
So
But Vesperia, like, I miss that in the older Tales games, like finding out like secrets and quests and like completing stuff to get cosmetics or like hidden weapons and stuff.
well, to add to that, I think that was just a product of its time, where those type of games, like, were made with fixed camera angles specifically for that, and then the modern games, they removed that just because they wanted to do something different. And I think
Well, there's a lot of. Go ahead.
in those older games, to your point, because there was little secrets and hidden crevices, and sometimes you end up like breaking a structure, and because you end up breaking it early, it blocked a chest that you would normally be able to see later, or it was hidden and you had to figure a way around it. I think it was just kind of the gameplay and like a little bit of exploration, and then later on you end up finding items that will tell you if you had gotten every chest in a dungeon area, or it would like make a particular sound if you had a certain bracelet. Remember how they had the cat's island?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was linked directly to treasure chests. You earn different great abilities at the end of the game based on how many treasure chests you find. So it added a little bit more replay value.
Yeah,
at the
like
end.
they don't have that in the modern titles. Like another thing in is it Tales of the Abyss? You remember Mew? Hey, Thing.
Yes.
Yeah, Luke treated him like crap the first half of the game. Kept calling him Thing.
Yeah.
Like, my name is Mew, man. Like, you can upgrade Mew to like break walks, to find secrets. You get a ship, and you can find hidden items to upgrade your ship, where you can go to different parts of the land. Like, I remember, like, hey, your ship can't land in this part of the map in the overworld because there's too many trees. But then you can get a piece to your ship where you can land on mountains or trees or rivers and stuff to go to secret areas to find hidden bosses and stuff, items.
Right.
The new games don't have that. My biggest issue with the new games, outside of like the maps being boring and lack of exploration, is there was a lot of thought that went into like the items and monster descriptions in the Holy Trinity games, Abyss, Symphonia, Vesperia. Like Vesperia, even Symphonia had this where, you know how you like start out with like a regular sword, right? A broadsword, and then you
Wooden
go
sword.
to the next part, you find an upgraded sword. With a completely different name, different stats. You can use your older weapons to combine them with other materials to make new
That's
weapons
right.
or
That was-
optional weapons.
That was only
What?
in Symphonia, right? And Abyss?
Vesperia had that too. Whereas in the new games, it's like, hey, you found a broadsword. Okay, great. Then you go to the next dungeon. It's like, hey, you found a broadsword +2. Now collect all these materials. You go to the shop. It's like, hey, upgrade broadsword +2 to +10. It's like, what? It's like you keep getting the same 5 items over and over and over and over, and it's really boring. Whereas the earlier games, like every time you found an item, it wasn't a repeat item. It was something brand new with its own unique look and name. And it's just laziness with the modern titles. What is this?
I don't know. I just pulled a video.
Who-
Uh,
who-
They're trying to do combo stuff. Oh, yeah, I remember this. Was these fatal blows? Is that what they call these?
Oh, level 1, the over limit, yeah. And then you can instant kill them.
Oh, yeah, that's what I
Stagger
mean.
them?
That. And that's overdrive.
This is also how you get more grade. You grind for grade. You just keep building up the combo,
Yeah.
and then you finish them, and then you'll get like 20
Oh,
grade. At
they
the
were
end of
called
the
fatal strikes.
Fatal strikes.
And they were if you built them up based on using the same type of that weapon, and it was insta kill. It's so good.
Yeah, it had like a finishing move.
Yeah, just they added so much fatal blows. Yeah, right, MKF. They added so much stuff into that game. Like that was a welcome.
Is that Jude? Yeah, that's Jude.
Yeah. Oh man, Rapide was a little dog you get. I remember what's the boy's name? Carol. The weenie.
Okay, so everybody hates Carol except you and me. You and me are the only people that I've seen where we thought Carol was a hilarious character.
He was.
Every time I've seen like forums and people talking about Vesperia, it's always filled with Carol's annoying. Carol's like Carol was hilarious. I don't know what anyone's talking about. I love Carol.
His little
Raven's
run.
probably the
His
funniest.
little run.
Yeah, and his little scream. Ah! Yeah, his little run.
Oh, this is his moment. So the one thing that makes Vesperia so great is all the characters have their own like character arcs and growth within the game for the most part. And this one was Carol's, where he was the baby, he was the weenie, he was the one that was scared all the time. He would run away and you didn't know where he was at when your party needed him. And this particular moment in the game was his breakout moment where he overcomes his fear and anxiety and he ends up saving the day. And you had to solo this boss by himself. Oh, remember he jumps in?
You had to survive it long enough and beat it. Well, take a certain amount of health, and then your crew joins.
Yeah, so they think he runs away, but instead, no, he ends up.
Freaking Carol! Look at that face. Old school animation.
He does this crazy backflip, and then he just does this Link-like stab, like against Ganondorf. He's like, "Oh, that was so cool." Yeah, like Judith, you're mine.
Wait, how's the gravity? He just goes straight down from spinning over and over.
I don't know.
Look at all those costumes, man.
Costumes are one of the better parts of the Tales games.
Hell did he pull that off? Hey, is he alive?
Hey, guys.
Sorry, we're
Raven,
You doing all right?
Raven's little
Yeah,
plot twist was
of course.
really shocking.
Yeah.
What's his name? General something?
Alexei? Commandant Alexei?
No, Raven. He used to be a general in the army, and then you find out later, like a little plot twist. General
let's see.
Khan or something.
Let me see. I'm gonna look this up. I got Wiki pulled up, so. Sales notes. Where's characters? Oh, they're not showing it on this wiki page.
I don't remember. You know what I'm talking about, right? I remember we talked about it when we first did it, and it was like such a great moment.
Oh yeah, because you end up fighting him, and then you find out that he has a Blastia
In
as
his
a heart,
Yeah.
and he essentially was doing his service in the army. He was just following his commander.
General
which is
Schwan, that was his name.
that's his last name, Raven Schwan.
Yeah, and then you find out because early in the game, like you're running from the army, and Tweedle A and Tweedle B are chasing you,
Yeah.
and then
He says,
Raven's like, "I got this."
A 10 hut?
Yeah, and then you're like, "What the hell was that?" And then it makes sense later.
Yeah. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Tales of Vesperia.
I would say I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but they had 15 years to play this game,
Yep. Captain Schwan.
and then after that, Yuri's like, "Yeah, your life belongs to me now." And then like when he comes back in his normal, Raven attire, everyone starts beating him up. They take turns punching him.
Oh
They don't
yeah.
have those moments in the new games, man. What is Muhammad a Tails fan?
I'm not sure. I guess he was asking us. I don't know if I can find this clip.
Probably not.
Raven.
I wish I knew more Tails fans that are
Oh,
our age.
this game
played the
introduced
original.
Mystic Arts. No, Abyss did that. Never mind. I just remember them more.
Mystic
Fluent
Arts? No, Symphonia had the little. We didn't even talk about Symphonia and how great it is. We just put it on S tier and then we moved on. So one thing that I missed is Symphonia had team arts. You remember the team attacks like from Chrono Trigger?
No.
You don't remember?
No,
Like
I
you'll do
don't.
an attack, and then like Genus and Lloyd will do like a combo attack, like in Chrono Trigger.
Oh,
Like, you
yes,
put
yes,
the
yes,
team-
yes, yes. If you do them simultaneously. That was their version of Mystic Arts. Or
Yeah, and then you can do that thing where you press Z
Yeah. See, that's-
and everyone gets one attack, and depending on what attack they do, there'll be like a final combo special attack.
yeah.
Yeah, Stardust Rain, or as Genus and Reigns was Prism Stars. Yeah, the compound special effects where it adds like a 30-50 hit combo. They don't have stuff like this in the new titles. Exilia kind of had it. They had like dual attacks, team attacks.
I totally forgot this was a thing. Purgatory Seal.
Yeah, I would love to see a remake of this game with these mechanics still intact, just like upgraded. There's so much they could do.
Oh no, they do have a version of Mystic Arts.
That attack is from Lloyd is exclusive to him with the ring or the sword that you get, the fire and ice sword.
Oh, it's because you have a certain level of overdrive. That's right. There's just this level of flashiness. Poor Zealous. Just the fact
Oh,
that
we didn't
Zealous
talk
is
about-
like the most funny character in probably any of the games.
We didn't even talk about
This,
I named my dog after Sheena.
yeah. Rest in peace.
Stop it. Lie down.
Just the
No.
the art that they end up doing in this game. Oh my goodness. Oh, I want to play this game.
Play the GameCube emulated version,
Yeah, you
60
have to.
FPS.
This, I'm just remembering the story arcs in this game. There's Abyssin.
Yeah, so when you said Vesperia has the best story, I think it's hard because Symphonia and Abyss's story were so good. Vesperia's overall story,
I think I
I don't think
retracted
it's nearly
that.
as good as Abyss and Symphonia.
I had said that, and then I had said no. I think maybe Symphonia has the best story, but Vesperia has the best gameplay, hands down.
Yeah, Vesperia has the best gameplay because they're each like an advanced battle
Yes,
system of the
correct.
previous game.
It has the benefit of having other games before it.
Yeah, like in this game, they have lanes. Or not lanes, but you pause the screen to change which enemy you want to attack, and then you
Yeah.
can only attack that enemy.
But it does. You go
Whereas-
in a lane to go towards that enemy.
Yeah, Abyss can't. I don't think you could run around in Abyss. I think it was the same thing.
You can.
Or you can.
Yeah.
I know in Vesperia you can. You just hold down left trigger and you could run anywhere. There's no lanes. You just run anywhere, and then when you stop holding down the trigger, you'll attack the closest enemy.
Yeah, because Symphonia. Or, I'm sorry, Abyss would be like Symphonia because you would have like in order to target an enemy, you'd have to be able to run towards it. Yeah, we might have to do a whole nother video on just these alone when they come out. Hearts R, you said you didn't play.
Yeah, well, I tried. I couldn't get over the fact that there was no English dub. And the translation was really bad. So
Yeah, it was.
Whoever translated the game, a lot of the lines were just messed up or didn't make sense. And then I looked up actual translations. They're like, yeah, they botched it. Like it was such a piss poor release. So I played for like a couple hours and I was just like, I can't do it. Wait, Hearts R was the next one?
Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna change the song. Oh crap! I totally forgot this song existed. Wow.
From Vesperia?
No, Symphonia, the Final Destination song, the very last song for the final fight.
It's called Final Destination?
Yeah. How ironic, huh? Wow.
Now I want to replay Symphonia again.
Symphonia is so good. Even the thing about Symphonia is, I think it captured us in the very beginning with its humor. You know, Rain slapping on Genis half the time because he wasn't because he wasn't paying attention in school. Like he was always in trouble.
Lloyd getting punished, gotta hold water buckets outside.
Yep, the Design soldiers like like catching you when you first go to find out what happened to your parents. Or
so that's the
Genis'
thing about
parents.
like the 3 games we have in S tier is from the very start of the game, you like fall in love with the characters immediately, and the story just takes off. Like it's, you know, a lot of RPGs, like it takes like 5 to 10 hours to actually start going somewhere.
Yeah.
Like Symphonia didn't do that. It's like you have a opening cutscene, you know, where Kratos is like telling you, oh, in the world of Silverant or Tethe'ala, whatever it is, I forgot.
You even remember the names of the 2 worlds.
The Tower of Damnation or whatever. And then it's like school classroom, it's a little funny humor, and then immediately it's like, oh, bright light in the sky. Colette, you gotta go. You're the chosen one.
Yeah, we're gonna go
and then
sacrifice you.
Like, yeah, we're going too.
This girl's like 10 years old, and she's like, I'm ready for my fate. I need to sacrifice myself for the good of the world.
Yeah. And so Lloyd and Genis go, and like that dungeon takes like what, maybe an hour. You meet Kratos, and immediately you're like, this guy is super badass.
Yeah. And you think he's on your team, and then he's not, and then he is, and then he's not.
Yeah.
And then you fight
and
him.
then as soon as you finish the dungeon, the village is attacked by the Designs or whatever they're called, the Design.
The Design.
And then it's like Lloyd gets banned, and it's like, Jesus. That's the beginning, like first hour or two.
I forgot he gets kicked out. Yeah, he's like, you brought these people here, and his stepdad's a dwarf. Dwarven vows.
And then like the next hour, you get caught in prison, and then you get you have the ring, the fire ring you found in the first dungeon.
Yeah, the sorcerer's ring.
The sorcerer's ring. You knock a guard out, or you hit him, and he goes away screaming, and then you escape, and then you meet some villain. Now, see, that's another thing with the modern Tales games is Abyss, Symphonia, Vesperia. They had like multiple villains that you see multiple times throughout the game. You fight them multiple times.
Yeah.
And they all come back and like connect the story. You find out more about them later. The modern games don't have that. You might see like one bad guy who's the main bad guy, and then you see him at the end of the game. Like you don't see like returning characters. Like Arise didn't have that. Zestiria didn't have that.
Zestiria had it for one enemy, I want to say. But then it wasn't like the real bad guy.
Yeah, it's like they don't have like these characters that you see multiple times throughout the game, and then near the end of the game, it's like, oh, this is our final battle. Like you said, you remembered Zoggy and Vesperia. You fight him like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, you do.
And every time you beat him, he comes back stronger.
Yep.
He wants revenge against Yuri.
Oh.
You know what's funny? I type in Zoggy on Google, and that's the first thing that pops up.
Really?
Yeah.
Good. I remember. Did Symphonia and Abyss have secret like achievements when you do certain things in boss battles?
Okay,
like
so I was going to bring that up when we talk
rewards?
about Graces, which is the next one, right?
Well, let's do this. So I'm real quick. I'm going to put Tales of Hearts R and C tier. I don't remember too much of the game. The dialogue was okay. The gameplay was still fun.
I don't remember too much. I'm giving it a C.
I remember it enough. It's not great and it's not crap. It's not dookie. The gameplay was it's mid tier from what I recall. I mean, I had fun with it.
Mid to you?
I had fun with it.
To me, C is decent.
It was okay.
D is meh.
I would probably put it in between both of those, so I'd throw it in a C. Gameplay was fun. It's just like a Tales game. You have different characters. You have new abilities. There was some. Hold on, let me see if I can. Hold on one sec.
Oh, I just remember what you talked about with secret achievements. Vesperia had secret achievements. I don't think any other game has had that.
That's why I'm asking it, because it had like certain
like one of
things you
them
do
was
in a
fight-
boss fight that was like a secret, and then you also got extra experience and sometimes extra weapons because of it.
No, yeah, because one of them was the second fight with Doggy. You have to use your burst art to knock him off the boat into the water, and that's a secret achievement.
Right. And then they have some type of response, and then it says "great" when you do it.
Yeah, I never played Hearthar. So this is actually a game that I hope they remaster, and make it fully English voice over.
I don't remember any of these characters.
That's actually one thing that that sucked about Symphonia and Abyss is we didn't get voiced cutscenes. Where in the Japanese versions they were completely voiced. The skits. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. Okay, when we talk about Arise, we're going to talk about the skits.
Yeah, see, like this game it looks like a Tales game, and it's exactly what it is. You can kind of run around and.
Why that guy got to go?
There was something on here because when your character is built up some type of meter, you could at least in the
Pineapple
in the Vita version, you would touch on the character's screen and they would do some type of like special attack or something once you built it up.
Touchscreen mechanics. I hate that.
That was the only thing about it that was touchscreen, I think.
That girl with the wand, she's in the secret dungeon in Graces. Cameo. Yeah, that girl.
Oh yeah, titles were a thing in this game. There's just so much to love about this game.
That's what I was going to talk about when we get to Graces is the titles. Because you said secret achievements. Vesperia had secret achievements, but Symphonia, that's what's missing from the most recent games is the titles and how they work.
They don't have titles didn't they? No, they didn't have it in Systeria.
So Symphonia had titles and they give you different buffs, right? But the game doesn't really do a good job explaining like how the titles work.
Well, there's also debuffs too.
There's
also debuffs in Symphonia, because remember when you click on a title, depending on a certain stat, it would be red or green?
Yeah, and there was also the S rings and the other ring, the T rings, where like you get different abilities based on the technique ring that you have equipped, and it'll go to one way. For example, Lloyd had Sword Rain, right? But if you equipped, I think it was the T ring, you'll get Sword Rain Alpha.
Yeah, like look, the TNS, the tech style or the whatever the S style was.
Yeah.
So, like you see down here, it's like.
Yeah, see how it says level up, HP, strength, defense, but it doesn't tell you exactly the stats of leveling.
It doesn't tell you how much, correct.
It's just green. So that's one thing that they could have fixed in the remaster, which I don't know if they did. I don't think they did. I never played the remaster.
You can actually see like how it would benefit you.
Yeah, because I used to go to GameFAQs to look at the stats, like +1, -2, +3. And I remember the T or the S gives you new abilities, or your attacks change based on which side it's going to. And again, like technical stuff like this is missing from the new games, because the original games, the older games, like there's a lot of thought that went into the mechanics. Whereas the newer games, it's just a flashy battle system. It's just like, hey, you have 4 different attacks equipped to your buttons. You can mix and match any one of them. Where before you'd have like your 3 basic attacks, and then you can like combo different attacks, but the attacks would go into only specific techniques. Whereas the new game is just like mix and match anything, and the battle system is just flashy.
Isn't it so cool? I'm beautiful.
Like there was a lot of technical stuff in the older games, especially Graces.
Yeah, but you also have to remember too that when it comes to the TNS ranks, the technical and whatever the S one is that after you use a certain skill or art a certain amount of times, then you were able to permanently unlock. Well, you unlock the next version, but remember you could permanently keep them, so you didn't have to change between TNS on certain times.
Oh, right? That's right. A lot of people won't know what we're talking about unless you're a diehard Tale fan.
Yeah, because depending on what side you were on, you couldn't use all the abilities at once. You have to unlock them.
Yeah, there's another thing that why it's so hard to be like which Tales games is the best. Abyss, Vesperia, Symphonia. They each have like their own mechanics that didn't carry over to the next game. Like the TNS system, that's only in Symphonia.
Yeah.
Another game might have its a version of it, but look at those old school graphics.
Costumes.
Yeah, like that's another thing that's missing from the recent titles is titles. The recent title is titles. The recent Tales games, they don't have like the title system like the old ones. So Vesperia had like it was fun to explore and try to get new titles. Like you wanted to explore and try to find like as many secrets as possible because it was just fun and you were rewarded for doing that. And then the battle system in those games, like the harder you put the battle system on, I believe the higher chance you have of getting more grade to unlock
Correct.
at the end of the game for new gameplay. So what's the next game? Graces?
Yes.
This is going to be tough. For me, it's going to be a B. I was going to say C, but no, the B, because it is a really good game. Why are you giving it an A?
Gameplay.
So I give it a B because of gameplay. I thought the battle system was fantastic. Now, when we were talking about titles, the title system in that game is phenomenal. The title system is exclusively linked to battle mechanics. Do you remember how the title system works?
No.
Like you get buffs and debuffs and certain abilities based on what titles you have equipped. For example, do you remember the giant Rokugan monster you fight in the desert? It one-shot you?
Yeah.
So Hubert has a specific title, the guy, blue hair guy with glasses, where if you get hit or killed, if you're wearing a specific title and you click the R button at the perfect time of you dying, you'll get revived, and the damage that you took will be sent back to the enemy with his bow plus some. So the Rokugan monster, which was a little trick you did for grinding for gold for grade, is you have Hubert go into battle solo. The Rokugan hits you instant die, right? But you click the trigger to revive with this title ability, and then you'll one-shot the Rokugan monster, which is basically like that thing had like 1,000,000 HP.
Yeah.
And then it dies, and you get like 600,000 gold. For the first couple times you get experience, but after that you get no experience. But yeah, like the titles give you like a lot of different like technical abilities in battle, and you can mix and match. Yeah, there you go. You got all these different titles. Is that a gentleman?
Yeah.
From Vesperia?
No, this is Graces.
Oh my!
Yeah,
my!
Yeah, they're in there. The reason why, so story was a bit bland until you get to the DLC of Graces F, which the story was great.
That's why I'm giving it a B. The story and the characters were boring. Now, I liked the characters, but they were boring when they became adults. Most of the story is Asbel talking about, I need to protect my friends. Oh, friendship. I want to protect my friends. That's the entire story.
Yeah.
Him wanting to protect his friends and what happened to Richard after we were kids.
Where's this gentleman going? Yeah, the biggest thing for me.
So boring.
You're making me want to downgrade to a B, man.
Because the story was ass. That's my biggest issue with Graces is the story. Combat was great. The battle
can't find people with game. You just can't find gameplay stuff in here.
Yeah, it's a very pretty world. I did not like the fact that there was no overworld. Everything is connected through like these little paths. I miss the overworld map. I don't think they'll ever go back to that. You know, where you're like a little big giant kaiju looking dude on this giant map overworld, and then you have like little villages that you're towering over.
I'm doing it. I'm dropping it to a B.
Oh, you're now remembering
you're talking me. You're talking me down. But also, I just remembered in watching this how you had to find materials, and then you would level
up the gems,
and then you would use that with whatever letter core item to then build other weapons, and it cost a bajillion amount of money.
Yeah, it cost a crap ton of money. That's why you had to do the Rokugan thing with Hubert. So you have your gems like A to Z, right? But in order to get to Z, you have to spend hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah. See, here's your title thing and moveset. The game's a very pretty game.
Yeah, very pretty game. I miss the overworld. That's why it get knocked down. Like I said, they haven't brought back the overworld since Vesperia, which I think is criminal. The last game that I played that had an overworld like Tales is The Alliance Alive. You probably never heard of it.
No.
And Ni no Kuni 1 and 2. I miss game RPGs that had a big old overworld. Where you're like a little chibi dude on the map.
Oh yeah. The gameplay is really good in this game. It's just very unique. You can slide around these enemies. The biggest thing about
counter and stuff.
well, the
Another thing is a lot of enemies have weaknesses, elemental weaknesses, where it's like each character can do fire attacks. They can do lightning attacks. You know, wind. Or are they fighting Richard?
Yeah. Well, the biggest thing about the gameplay system is in this game, when you're doing attacks, depending on... Because there's like one main button, and then there's your arts button. But with your main button, depending on what diagonal angle you held the directional input, it changed the attack.
Go left or right and do different combos.
left, right, and up or down, and then you can mix and match in between first level, second level, third level, fourth level of those attacks.
Yeah.
So it added. It took a long time to learn it. Like it has this game has a really steep learning curve on how to maximize gameplay battles. But once you learn it, it's just a great game. This is I would say this is one of the most technical Tales games there is, as far as like gameplay battles and all the mechanics that kind of come into play with it. But it's definitely worth it. I will replay it when it comes out at some point.
Yeah, I'm gonna replay it, even though I hated the main story. I might appreciate it more now that I'm an adult. I mean, I was an adult when it came out, you know, but I mean, like now that I'm a lot older and more mature, and I understand a lot more things. But I just remember the main story was just so boring once I enjoyed like the first 10 hours of the game, because the first 10 hours it's like you're a kid. I loved Asbel's attitude. I was good. He was just a spunknik, rebellious kid, but then, you know, the time skip happened, and then you like the first 10 hours is you're a kid, time skip, and then you go to the castle to help Richard.
It's like maybe an hour and a half at most.
No. Like the first 10 hours of the game, you're raiding the castle from Richard's uncle, and then Richard is king. And then
that's not 10 hours. Because you're not playing a kid for very long.
It was good like 10 hours. Because the kid part, well, depending on how fast you blow through it, they even have a New Game Plus option where you can just skip the childhood arc because people said it was boring. I didn't think it was boring. The kid part was like 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah, but not 10. I was just saying it wasn't 10.
No, I'm saying the first 10 hours for me was great because you become an adult, and like the first 5 to 7 hours of you being an adult is you're with Malik, and then you storm the castle because you're trying to take over the throne with Richard to remove his uncle because he's evil. And then Richard becomes king, and then he becomes evil, and then it's like, what happened to Richard? And then you find out the reason why he gets evil is because of some creature or something that's controlling his mind. I don't know, I forgot. I just remember it's boring.
Yeah. Gameplay alone gives it a high rank. All right, moving on. Exilia.
This was such a disappointment. I'm giving it a C. The only reason it gets a C is because of half of the story and Gaius. Otherwise, it would get Dookie rating.
Yeah, C's about right.
So my main issue with this game is this was a completely botched launch. They rushed it. They admitted it. They literally admitted they cut about 40% of the game on release because I think it was the 15th year anniversary, and they just had to get the game out. So like 40% of the game was literally cut. That's why we have Exilia 2. It even shows. Do you remember the game?
Yep.
Do you remember when you get to the halfway point, you find out there's another world where Alvin's from? See, I even remember the name because the characters were great.
Yep.
You got Jude
and Mila.
Yeah, Jude, Mila. That's Alvin.
Yep.
There were 6 characters. I don't remember the little lolly girl.
And then the girlfriend.
Rowan was the butler, the badass old man butler. Yeah, the little girl with like the little doll. She was a boring character. Do you remember much of Exilia?
I remember enough.
I remember. I hated the level design. Okay, so that dude with the hat, the beard. So it was like Tales of the Abyss. There were 6 bad guys, right? Plus Gaius. Like Well, I mean, they're technically not bad, but they are.
Yeah.
They just believe different things, right? So there was like 6 of those guys, right? But like you only fight them, each of them like once, maybe twice, and then that's it. They're dead. Gaius's little soldiers, whatever.
Yeah.
I thought the battle system was decent. I did enjoy it, especially the flash step that Jude gets later, where you like, you know how you're saying you could sidestep with like
You can move quickly
in Graces. Jude gets this thing called flash step where like you move left or right, and then he like teleports behind the enemy, like slides behind the enemy. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have team attacks, which I really liked in this game.
The gameplay is good. It's solid. Like there's your flash step.
Yeah.
But it was a slower Tales game compared to the previous.
But it was
ones.
still enjoyable enough, especially the combo attacks. But the level design really killed it for me. They took out the overworld.
Yeah, you had the link system in this game too, which I wasn't a fan of too much.
Well, you get the team attacks when you use link system, which I thought was cool. Yeah, like that. But no, do you remember the level design? The level design really made me dislike this game because all the ports look the same. The cities are empty. When you go from one area to another area, you go through like this little forest or rocky area, right? Like this. And it's just empty. You may find 1 or 2 chests by climbing up something or like a bag, but it's the same items throughout the entire game.
Yeah, I know your gripe with certain Tales games is the exploration.
No, and this is what I was talking about earlier when it comes to like the developers used to put a lot of thought into the item descriptions. Because in this game, if you remember, in Vesperia, Abyss, Symphonia, you collect materials, and if you have the right materials, you can make a new weapon. Do you remember the Rainbow Sword in Vesperia? That's one of Yuri's best swords. You have to collect 5. You remember the starfish, the Kung Fu starfish?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to farm the starfish fragments, and there's 5 different starfish colors throughout the game. There's green, blue, orange, yellow, and I think red. And you have to get 5 of each to make like this rainbow sword for Yuri, and it's one of the best swords in the game. I don't think it's the best, but it's one of the best. And if you have 5 of each, you can craft the rainbow blade. I call it the rainbow sword. I don't remember what it's called. But in this game, all your materials go to upgrading shops. So you can have... do you remember the shop system in this game?
No.
All the materials you collect, you just donate them to shops, to vendors, and then the shop will quote-unquote upgrade, and maybe it'll have new items for you to buy. I really hated that because it made farming for enemies, for like materials, like non-existent and boring. It's like, okay, why would I go search for this one enemy to get this specific material to upgrade my weapon when it doesn't exist in this game?
Right.
And then the towns and cities were very bare bones. Like, you just run around an empty city. Like this city looks really pretty, right? But most buildings you can't go in. Hey, I know you. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know you too. This was the school. This was the university. That's where she's from, because she was a teacher, right?
Teacher? No, her and Jude are students.
Well, maybe I'm thinking the second game then.
Yeah, so this city was really pretty, but like there's nothing to do. It's just empty. Like when I say empty, I mean like
this.
You just run around. You can't go into all these buildings. You can only go into like 1 or 2. There's no hidden wandering chefs. That's another thing.
Oh, here's your armor shop stuff.
Yeah, you donate materials and then you level it up, right? You donate materials to level up the weapon shop, level 43 weapon shop, and here's some new items to buy. I hated that. I really hated that.
Yeah, it just did it right here. See, here's your new items.
It's so boring. It's so lazy. Because like in the previous titles, the developers were like, hey, if you have these 3 or 4 materials from these specific enemies, you can make this sword or this bracelet or these pants. And that's another thing, the magic lens, where you use a magic lens to get info on a character, and it'll tell you like their item drops and stuff. They took that away.
You know what's crazy about the magic lens, though? Going back and thinking about it, it adds a layer of depth where you get to a point when you understand what it's really designed to do. You're always buying magic lens and you're always using them, so you know how much health an enemy had, what's their weakness. Eventually, after you're using, because sometimes you had to use 2 because it wouldn't tell you everything about their stats. It told you the materials that they drop. It told you if it was a specific item that you had to steal. So it factored into a lot of how you wanted to play the game, especially with, to your point, material customization and expansion, and then also like how do I efficiently destroy this enemy? Doesn't it tell you how much grade it dropped to in the earlier games? Or not grade, experience, like health, MP, experience.
Not sure. Well, that's one thing I miss about the Magic Lens is, you remember the collector's book or the monsters guide?
Yep.
They started taking that away when it comes to like if you wanted to 100% the game and finish the collector's book, which was an incentive to do New Game Plus. It's like, hey, the monsters guide that you did for Symphonia, for example, because Symphonia was huge because they started this. It's, hey, there's like 250 monsters in the game. You beat the game. You only found 211 monsters. It's like, what? I fought more monsters than that, because if you fight a monster, it'll show up in the monster book, but it'll have a question mark because you didn't Magic Lens it to get the details. Is this Abyss?
No, this is Symphonia.
Symphonia? Yes. Oh, okay. So, yeah. So you'll see. This is one that shows you.
This is a completed one.
Yeah. So it'll have like question marks on like enemies that you missed. For example, you remember the secret area in Symphonia where you find a book, and then you have to go to like Genis's tree village, and then you get teleported to the book and you fight like some giant skeleton monster. That's another thing. The grade rings, or the grade. There's like 4 different levels of grade, right? In Symphonia, the rings. Like level 2 Genis ring gave you, he ran faster in the overworld.
Wow,
dungeon.
This is a GameCube version.
You know what I'm talking about? So in Symphonia, you had like 4 different sections where you can like equip, I think it's grade rings or something, and you get level 1 through 4, and each one has like 4 different stats per character. Type in like grade ring or something. Grade tip? Okay, grade tip, yeah. Grade tip, maybe? I forgot it was. But each character has like 4 slots.
For grade?
And I remember specifically for that dungeon, you had to move quickly or you'll die if you don't beat the dungeon in time to fight the Skeleton Knight. And I remember specifically I would control Genis, equip his level 2, because one of his level 2 ones was he runs at like double speed in dungeons.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I forgot what it's called. It's like grade rings or skill rings or something. Skills. I don't think
I'll find it.
Yeah, they don't have that in any of the recent games, and that goes to show how in earlier Tales titles, like the developers really thought out like different like mechanics, like RPG mechanics for the game, that it's not just for battle, it's for like outside stuff too. And it incentivizes you to New Game Plus, to try different battle styles, and also to swap characters in the overworld. How do titles?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I wish I had my GameCube memory card just loaded up. But yeah, Exilia didn't have any of this. Didn't have like the monster guide with the Magic Lens. Or now in the Tales games, you don't even Magic Lens anybody. You just hold down the left trigger, it'll just tell you how much health they have and stuff.
This is what you're talking about. The
EX gems, that's what they are. EX gems. Yeah, Dash. Or wait, that's Lloyd. Genis had something.
Yeah, because...
Yeah, so level 1, there's 4 different ones. Level 2, there's 4 different ones. And each character has, like, unique abilities based on their EX gems.
Correct.
There was so much depth to Symphonia's, like, technical system and battle mechanics that the new titles don't have any of this.
Right, and this one also, you could combine different levels to unlock different abilities and a lot of these were passive. But,
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of these were passive. But, 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 yeah, a lot of th Yeah, increased vitality, personal, added dialogue, right? Extra dialogue in certain situations.
Maybe. I don't know about that. It's possible. Or the extra skits. But yeah, like there's just so much depth to the earlier Tales systems, the battle systems, and like mechanics that none of the newest titles have any of this extra layer. It's just flashy battle system, empty world, no exploration. It's so boring. Well, we'll get back to the tier list.
Sorry,
Because we're talking about Exilia, and Exilia didn't have any of this. The level up skill tree in Exilia was boring. Do you remember the skill tree when you level up? It kind of looked like Final Fantasy 13 skill tree. You just have an orb and you go like one way.
No.
But that's a reason why I give Exilia a C, because it's missing a lot of like depth. It was a rush game. They even admitted it. But the main reason is like the story and exploration when it comes to like the empty maps. All the maps are like the same looking, no exploration. Items are useless. Collect all these materials, they're useless. You just donate them to shops and then level up the shop to get more purchasable items, which I think was so stupid and boring. The story was really good. I really enjoyed the story, and then it just ended. Well, I thought like the first 5 to 10 hours was kind of boring. It was really slow.
Well, yeah, it doesn't wrap up until the very end when you find out about Alvin. You find out how what Gaius is trying to do.
That's the thing, because Exilia, you remember you get to choose Jude or Mathis, or why did I say Mathis? Jude or Milia?
Yeah, but that doesn't really do much. Like you do that.
Well, they have different story segments and different options throughout the game.
Yeah,
which incentivizes you to do 2 playthroughs, but because the game wasn't good enough for me, I didn't do a second playthrough.
I think I did.
You did?
I think so.
Like I thought the first 5 to 10 hours was boring, but then the story started getting pretty damn good. And then near the end of the game, when you find out Alvin's from another world, which usually would be the halfway point for an average Tales game, and when it comes to length, that's the halfway point, and that's when, in my opinion, the story was getting damn good. Like right there, I was on board. I was like, oh my gosh, this story is getting so good. I can't wait to see more. And then the game just ends. And the developers, I keep saying this, the developers admitted that like the entire second half of the game was just cut. They even admitted that because they had to release it on time for the 15th anniversary. And that is such a shame, because that game could have been so much better if they didn't do that. It could have been so much more impactful. Oh, is this where Gaius just comes out of nowhere while they're talking to Maxwell like a badass?
Yeah, and that was an interesting twist, because Gaius was just like, I'm going to take over the world with his spirit. Because remember, everybody like has their spirits in the world, and he had his own. And
yeah, that's Maxwell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he asked the question like, who will take on this endeavor or something like that, and then out of nowhere, Gaius is like, I will, and I was like, oh my gosh, Gaius, you're such a badass. I think this is right before you fight Max. No, there he is. Wait, go back. Yeah, he just walks up like a badass.
Hold on, I'll play it.
Have my word.
So, Maxwell, you would step down from your rightful place as this world's god?
Yeah, and he's like, I'm taking over. Look at that. I love his voice, by the way. This guy's such a badass.
Answer me, Maxwell.
I have grown weary
He's like,
of
I'm just
constantly
tired.
being at the mercy of
I'm
human
just tired. I
hearts.
just want to die.
Maxwell.
If
No,
you
but
wish
God,
to
it's
abdicate
bad.
your
Like,
throne
this
as Riza Maxius
is like-
God, then I shall
This is the
sit
end of the
in your
game.
stead.
Like,
You're
after
mere
this,
human
you
to
fight Maxwell,
replace
you
me
beat
as
him,
my
then the
equal.
scene happens. And then,
How
like,
absurd. You are not worthy
literally,
at
like,
all.
not even
It is
like
not
30
a
minutes to
question
an
of
hour
being
later,
worthy.
you go to, like, this
It is a
dungeon
question
area,
of
you just
actually
jump
being
off
willing and
a bunch
able.
of rocks, and
If
then you
cannot
fight Gaius
fulfill
and game
your
over.
obligations, then I certainly will.
Not so fast. I'm afraid that's not going to work for me either.
It matters not.
I'm pretty
I
sure
don't
if
need
this
your
game got the
approval.
proper development time that it needed, like an extra year,
Such
and they actually didn't cut anything out, this game would probably be like an A rank for me because of the story.
Oh, he brings in the guns.
The Lance of Kresnik. You know what? I'll be honest. I'll probably play this game again if it gets remastered, because that twist with... Yeah, this is the part. You just jump down a couple rocks, and then it's end game. Just like that. Does that say 104 hours? Oh, 1 day,
yes.
4 hours. Okay, so what was that, like 30 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you fight Gaius and Muse or whatever her name is, and then it's the end of the game.
Where'd you? See, like this over here, this animation stuff in the corner. I love games when they do stuff like that, when they just have like animated pictures and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
And the skits.
the game was
So
fun.
We'll talk about that in a minute. That's one thing that. Well, you didn't play Arise. Yeah, that girl was
with the puppet.
That girl was. Oh my gosh, I have such a thing against lollies now. So number one, I'm not a fan of lollies, right? You know what a lolly is?
Yeah,
Like, little
adult
anime
girl.
She looked like a
child.
little child.
Yeah, but she's like,
Oni-chan.
yeah.
Ever since Abyss and Anis, if a lolly isn't like that, I hate lollies. Anis was such a smart mouth and like a badass,
Yeah, she was just a smartass.
and she was always hitting on Luke. Oh, it was so great. I love Anis, but like all these other lolly characters that they put in Tales games, which I'm not a
Just
fan
games in
of.
general.
Rowan was such a badass.
Grand finale.
Like, see, these characters are just cool, but like I just wish the game was just better overall.
Look at this. That's such cool art.
Like they could have this game could have been an S tier with proper development time and actually like good exploration, and if it had an overworld. What's after this? What's the next game?
Number 2.
Dookie. Dookie. Did you finish it? You did, right?
I did. I did play this game twice.
I did not finish it. That game is dog dookie. I don't care what anyone says. A lot of people who played Exillia 1, they're like, oh, I loved Exillia 2. No, that game is dog dookie. That game is dookie dookie butter dookie. Silent protagonist. I hate silent protagonists, right?
It's your pet peeve
And
in
I hate-
video games. That's probably your number one pet peeve in video games.
Well, my number one pet peeve is the illusion of choice. Do you remember how like so you have a silent protagonist, but sometimes in the game it'd give you a choice, right? Like, do you want to do this main character? Choose A or B. I choose
Yeah.
B. And then they repeat the same, like, no, you don't want to choose B. Do you want to choose A or B? I choose B. I don't want to do this. No, that's not what you really want to do. And then it'll keep repeating it until you choose one specific answer. And then the debt system, don't even get me started with the debt. You start out with like $20 million.
Wow,
in
I
debt.
totally forgot about that.
So stupid. So this game, you'll notice the animation or the graphics are lower quality than Exillia 1 because they made this game in less than a year.
This was
And not
probably
only
rushed as well.
90% of the map is the exact same area from Exillia
Yeah.
1. Like
That's-
this place is new. The main city or whatever.
Well, this is
main,
the end of the game. But yes, so we talked about it earlier with Dawn of the New World. It's very challenging to play a game, especially if it's a sequel, that is revisiting the same exact areas you've already been to. You have to make it new. You have to make it worthwhile. You have to make some changes where it doesn't feel like you're playing the exact same game. And this
Even the
game,
enemies are the same. Almost all the enemies are the same, just different color palettes.
I will say that the crux of this game is you have a silent protagonist that's revolved around this little girl right here that you find out has this ability to manipulate time,
Yep.
and then you are trying to save her while the enemies is trying to capture her because of this ability she has. She's just essentially trying to find her parents.
Now, I don't remember how many characters can you control in battle.
It's 4.
Because I remember the main character can like swap weapons. Do you remember that? The main character, what's his name, Ludwig or something?
I don't
Because you could
remember.
swap weapons, right? With the main character, you can like do a sword, and then mid combo, you can like switch to like a heavy hammer.
I
You don't remember that?
No, I don't.
So you don't remember because this game was at. But my biggest issue with
yeah,
this
it
game,
does.
well, I have a lot of issues with this game, but one of my biggest issues with this game is all the characters from the first game. For example, Gaius is back, right?
Yeah.
But he's no longer like, he's like a doctor or something, or a scientist. Like the characters from the Exillia 1, it kind of is like the events of the first game didn't happen, even though they did. You know what I mean?
Because this game takes place like 5 or 8 years later or something like that.
Yeah. Like
And-
this also confused me because that girl's supposed to be dead. Oh, where is she? You said this is the end of the game?
No, I backtracked.
I don't remember this part. Is this an illusion?
No, this is part of the story.
Because they died in the first one.
Oh,
they
is
literally died.
Is this an illusion?
Yeah, it's an
I
illusion.
think, yeah, for guys, it's an illusion.
Yeah, for guys, because they're dead.
The game takes place after Tales of Exilia.
But you know what I mean? Like, Jude's a doctor, you know, he graduated school. But, like, they act like the events of the first game never happened. Do you know what I mean?
Kind of.
Like, they did happen, but it's like,
it's not integral to the story.
Yeah.
Pretty much this game, you are the main silent protagonist. You end up having the girl who doesn't fight. She's just someone you're taking care of. And then you run into all of the previous characters the main characters from the previous game, and you end up ironically recruiting them, even though you don't talk. And then decisions that you make in the game change somewhat of the outcome in the dialogue. So I think that's what you were talking about as far as, you know, the illusion of choice.
They make it sound like it's going to be like this a different path, but it's not.
Oh, I forgot he had this ability where he could power up.
Yeah, and he can also like switch 3 different weapons on the fly. Like,
yeah,
your hammer.
One thing I can't stand about games that have main characters that have amnesia, like, you have to make it work. Like, this character doesn't know or remember anything, and you're unlocking his memories. Amnesia? Yeah, he doesn't remember anything. He just kind of wakes up, and he's just like, "Where am I?"
I forgot about that because I hate characters that have amnesia.
You have to make it make sense. It's just like, I don't remember anything, and we're just unlocking my memory. Like, it doesn't work if you're just kind of making stuff up on the go.
So Tales of Arise does that?
Oh yeah, because he has a missing memory too. He knows he's a soldier, and that's it.
The main character has amnesia, and then you unlock more of the story, and he starts remembering as you progress. And I always hated that, but I get why they do that. It's like, oh, mystery of what's really going on, and who is this guy, and who are these people, and why is there war and slaves and stuff. And it's like, I don't want a character with amnesia. I hate that, but it doesn't work in this game. It works in Arise, even though I don't like it. But no, Exilia 2, Dookie Dog.
Yeah, it goes in D tier because
money grab.
They improved on the gameplay, but that's about it. I enjoyed it for what it was. Like, I beat the game. Like, typically I'm one to like play through a game, even if it's bad. I did it enough to play the second side because there is 2 sides to that as far as like some decisions and whatnot. But
it's not a proper sequel. We're noticing the 2 Tales games that got a sequel. It's not a proper sequel.
Yeah, I know where you're putting this game.
How do you know?
Because I know.
How did you know?
I know.
If there was if we had a list that's worse than Dookie, Zestiria would be on the list. Because in my opinion, Zestiria is the worst out of all the games.
Really? Even worse than Exilia 2?
Yes.
Oh wow.
I would rather play Exilia 2 again than play Zestiria again. Zestiria I thought was dog shit, and a lot of people, they think it's like a great game. No, it's not. You do 1-button combos. The maps are absolutely empty. Exploration is non-existent. We didn't even touch on cosmetics in the game. Before, in the earlier Tales games, you do side quests and find a bunch of secrets to unlock multiple cosmetics for different characters. Yeah. Well, since Vesperia has a lot of cosmetics you can earn, but they also had some DLC outfits that you could buy. And then Graces had a lot more, but you still had a good amount per character, right? Exilia 1 started it where you only get a few costumes you can unlock, and then you have to buy the rest from the shop. I mean, there's like 20 costumes you can buy per character from a costume pack for Exilia 1. Exilia 2, Zestiria had that where like the main characters, you only have like 2 or 3 outfits you unlock, and they're boring. And then you could buy like 20 different cosmetics per character. Berseria did the same thing. Arise did the same thing. I hate that. I just want to throw that in there because it's so annoying. Zestiria, I thought was just dog shit. Now, I will say, it's a pretty good-looking Tales game, right?
Oh, yes,
compared to like the previous ones.
Yeah, this was a PS4 exclusive.
I don't even remember the characters' names because I thought the game was so bad.
I like the design of the main character a little bit.
He's a decent character. I didn't like what's it called, the arts, the armitage, I think it's called, where you combine with the spirits to get like a different.
I don't remember.
Remember you because you have you, and then there's spirits that only certain people can see.
Oh,
humans
yes.
can't see. And then you fuse with them. I think it's called the Armitage system, and then you like become like a super soldier. I thought the story was boring. I thought the characters were boring.
Yeah, see, those are the spirits. Yep, because every character has
my
one
biggest
spirit.
issue, the battle system was boring. Remember, we were talking about how the earlier battle systems there's so much depth. Yeah, there it is. There's so much depth and
Oh, that's right. Because I see what you're talking about. Because you did merge with them.
Yeah. Well, like the battle system in this game compared to the previous games were so boring, especially the angle where it's like forward. Like you just see their back most of the time.
So,
another thing, you can't do like 100, 200 hit combos and stagger enemies like in the previous one. I forgot to say that about Exilia.
not as much as you could. You can, but it's very very difficult to do.
Oh, you can't do it in Zestiria.
So, my recollection of this game, it tried to do very similar to what Tales of Graces did as far as its gameplay, holding the direction in a certain way, and then you have a different attack for your main attack, and then you have your arts. And you see how you can like slide around? Like it's the same exact. It's almost verbatim what Tales of Graces is.
But it's worse.
Yes.
Like you'll notice, like he can't even get like a 30, 40 hit combo.
No. And this is pretty early in the game too. See, just introduces Mystic Arcs.
But my biggest issue with this game is the level design, the shop system. It's just empty. You literally just go down empty hallways throughout the entire game. You enter a forest, just empty hallways. You enter a city, it's just empty. Like all the doors are closed. You can't go into any buildings. There's no secret wandering chef. You can't cook. There's so much to talk about in the earlier Tales games compared to this one.
The UI
items
is nice,
in this game, the items are so lazily done in this game. Remember I told you find a broadsword and then you'll find a broadsword +2, and then you'll find like later in the game you'll find a broadsword +5, and then you go to the shop and you donate the materials to just level it up. Her name's Rose. I remember she's like some assassin chick.
Yeah,
There's DLC with her.
She's the good girl, bad girl, good girl.
I remember Japanese fans, there was a lot of backlash because I forgot about that Michael Jackson looking dude. There was a lot of backlash because like
here you go. Here's your +1, +2 weapons.
Wait, what is that? Yeah, and you'll find the same items throughout the entire game. You'll find like the same 5 to 10 items over and over. So every time you find like a chest around a corner, it's not exciting to open. It's not like, ooh, what I get? I can't wait to open it. It's like, oh, why am I opening this chest? This is a waste.
And this is what you didn't like about Dawn of the New World and not Dawn of the New World, which Graces 2. So the more you use a specific weapon, the more you level it up, and then you unlock different abilities. Oh, remember how they have these like specific like arts or styles? There's like 7 or 8 of these like symbols, and they all represented a certain like category. And the more you leveled it up, the more you like went into other sections.
Yep.
Yeah. This is my C category.
So I think the main girl, she's not even in the game most of the time. I think her name's Alicia. I forgot. The girl with the suit of armor. She's not in any of these cutscenes. There was some backlash around the game from diehard fans because they advertised her as being like the main character, and then she's not even in the game 90% of the time.
I remember this dude right here, Dezel.
Yeah, see, Dezel. Oh, that is his name, huh?
Well,
yeah, I don't even remember these characters. The only character I remember is Edna because she's in Berseria. Now, I don't know if you remember this. A lot of people don't know this, but this is a sequel to Berseria. Berseria took place like thousands of years before this game, or hundreds of years. I think it's thousands.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, Edna's a spirit. She's
she was looking for her brother, right?
Yeah, Aizen, who turned into a dragon.
Yeah.
Aizen is one of the main characters in Berseria. He's a badass.
This, I think, if I remember correctly, the most you'll have in your party at one time is 4 because the characters end up just keep like leaving and you get a different character, right? Isn't that a thing?
Yes. Yes. Eventually later on, though, like you can swap them out. But yeah, they're like the assassin girl leaves, the Alicia keeps leaving.
I
Is this
remember
the Wind Temple? Like the dungeons were so boring.
Yeah, I know what you feel about the dungeons.
Hold on, is there a way to not watch battles, or it's a walkthrough? Go to
Yeah.
part 24. Like this, Berseria and Arise have the same thing. Like, look, it's just empty hallways. These dungeons are so boring to explore compared to Symphonia Abyss Vesperia. Now, some dungeons in Symphonia Vesperia Abyss were empty like this, but because of the fixed camera angles, they were able to hide stuff, right? Like behind corners and like have like, and they also had like little puzzles throughout the dungeons to unlock like hidden items and stuff.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
Symphonia, the Sorcerer Ring. Oh, Vesperia had it too, where you could like shoot stuff and break stuff.
Yeah.
Abyss also had that with Mew. Or you could like burn a bush to go behind it to like a little secret area.
Yeah, you're not getting that here.
You're not getting any of that here. You're just running in this boring, empty dungeon. Mikleo, that's his name. Yeah, I don't even remember their names because they were so boring. Yeah, this is the open world. Like, look how empty these maps are. Now, mind you, a lot of people argue like, oh, older RPGs, they were all like this, like empty world. It's like, yeah, but the older RPGs had like a lot of like artistic designs. So this is a city. There's invisible walls everywhere, stuff blocking you everywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought this game was dog shit. I'll never play it again. I will never play it again. I've seen some people say that they love this game. They thought it was fun. And I was like, how? I mean, everyone has their own opinion. Like, see, it's just empty. You're just running across this map, this empty map. Exilia started this, by the way, these little open world areas, instead of having an overworld.
Yeah.
Like, the design is just dog shit. Oh no, people are down.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
it's in my C tier. I thought the game was okay. I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was. I had fun with it.
Will you play it again?
Nope.
That's a D.
Not
Or below.
Have you never played again? It's a D. I have to skip these because I didn't play either of these.
You're not a true Tales fan. So Berseria, I give a... So this is hard. It's between a B and a C. No, Arise is a D.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I did not like it, but it's not dookie. Berseria... I wish there was like another category, because Berseria has such a phenomenal story. In my opinion, Berseria has an S tier cast and an S tier story. Well, minus one character. One character in Berseria, it's like a little boy. He's okay. So that's the main character. You'll see giant open map with it's just empty. That's almost every map. Just these giant open maps that are just empty. Magilu, where's Magilu?
I played the demo of this. That was it.
They're not. So yeah, that's Aizen on the. Well, the dude, yeah, Edna's brother. Rengetsu's the samurai. Magilu's like basically like the Pascal or like the Luke of the game. Very, very bubbly personality. The story in this game is so damn good. S tier story, but the gameplay is dog shit in my opinion.
This is what you
And
don't like. This big. This is like.
It's just empty.
So, well, let me ask you this: how would you compare this to like a Xenoblade, where a Xenoblade has very similar, really big open maps?
Art style, and the Xenoblade also has a lot of hidden areas.
It does.
And you get rewarded for exploration in Xenoblade.
It does, side missions and whatnot.
Especially number 2. One thing I loved about Xenoblade 2 is you remember all the hidden things you could find on the open world map? There'll be like a barrel behind like one tiny tree, but you won't find it unless you actually look behind that tree. And then you'll get like gems, you know, with the version of the gacha system. You'll get money, which is useful in that game for items and stuff. Where this is just you're running around and there's no reward to explore. There's no like hidden items, hidden bosses, none of that. It's just empty map, just run to the next area.
So it's filled with nothing.
Yes.
So
whereas Xenoblade, not Xenoblade 3, because I told you I hated the exploration in Xenoblade 3 because it was non-existent. Like Xenoblade 3, you find barrels, you get money. Money is pointless in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. You haven't played Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Money's pointless, but Xenoblade maps, the level designs are so beautiful that you want to look at it. You want to explore, unless you disagree.
Well, no, Xenoblade has always had a sense of scale to the games, where it's like big, ginormous environments, but like you want to go traverse this world. You want to, like, one thing I didn't like about Xenoblade later on in some of the games is just sometimes the towns are too damn big. Like, I just want to get to town, I want to do some story, then I want to go back out and look at this world.
No, I liked exploring the towns.
So, well, let me ask you this. So in a game like this, would you rather have this type of open emptiness, or would you rather have a very small, confined linear space like Final Fantasy 13?
Linear space like no, neither.
Final Fantasy 13 had a whole lot of nothing, and it was just
it's the same thing. It's just one's bigger than the other.
Outside of Grand Pulse. Granted, Grand Pulse was just
neither. You said,
like
would I rather have this or the other one? Neither.
Sure, I'm not playing either game.
I don't want linearity, and I don't want these giant open maps. I don't want emptiness. I want a sense of exploration, and I want to be rewarded for exploration. And that's what's missing from these Tales games. Even in the earlier Tales games, in the overworld, Abyss overworld, Vesperia overworld, Symphonia overworld, there was a lot of secrets to find. Even skits. You remember there were skits in the overworld in Symphonia?
Yep.
There were hidden dungeons, hidden monsters. Like, you go to a certain area of the map, and you'll just try to get in battle because you'll find new enemies for the monster book. That's what another reason why I brought up the monster book in Symphonia. It's because, like, you want to explore, you want to find these hidden things.
He's not wearing a mask.
So this is Arise.
Yeah.
So the reason why I give this game a D and not Dookie is because very pretty game. Voice acting's top notch. Like, look, this game is built in Unreal Engine 4, by the way. This game looks gorgeous.
I think this looks like the final boss.
No. Wait, maybe.
Volron?
So, are you gonna play this game?
I played about 2 hours, but I dropped it pretty quick. I remember
the reason
playing
why
this at
E3.
E3.
It is a really pretty game, and the map design is still the same as the past 3 or 4 games. Exilia, Exilia 2, Zestiria, Berseria, where you have these connected areas that are just filled with nothing. Like, you explore and you don't get rewarded, but this game does it better. Don't go into battle. Go into, like, switch. Oh, this is not the last boss. This is part 8. Go to something else where it's like traversing, like the open world. By the way, a lot of people are pissed at this game, like me, because they took out skits. Instead, it's like actual, like, it's not skits. It's like mini cutscenes. So yeah, let's finish this battle. The battle system I didn't think was great. It's a really dumbed down system. All right, so you asked if I would rather have the linearity of Final Fantasy 13 or like the open emptiness of Berseria.
Yep.
This game has that, but it's done better, and it's because of like the artistic design and the graphic fidelity. Yeah, so they don't have skits anymore. It's like this, right? Where I guess it's like a skit, but it's not like the previous game skits.
Yeah.
It's like a more modern version, but I prefer the skits with like the 2D portraits.
Yeah.
Instead of like the 3D ones.
And the facial expressions when they're mad or sad or confused.
Yeah, I prefer those, but it's something new. Like, you'll see, like, this map. You fast forward?
If we can get to it, yeah.
All right, start running around. Oh, and you can sprint. Like, again, this map is like, it's a similar design like Berseria, Zestiria, Exilia, but it's better. It's a lot better, and it's because of the engine and the art style. Can you skip this battle? I just want to see, like, I just want to show you, like, so there's just a chest there sitting out in the open. Oh my gosh, this is a horrible video.
Yeah, this is, I don't know. It's hard to find stuff for these type of games.
There you go. Like, you could sprint. And there's a lot of verticality in this game as well. Like you can go up, you can go down. Sometimes you'll find something behind a waterfall, but again, like the rewards for exploration are like non-existent. Like you don't really get rewarded. The battle system is overly grindy and overly spongy. So you play on normal, and a main boss will take you forever to beat. And getting money in this game is very hard. You literally have to grind for hours just to get a little bit of money to be able to buy the next item. And they did that on purpose to encourage you to buy cosmetics from the online store.
You can swim in this game?
Oh yeah, you could swim. Yeah, so he just found a hidden chest, right? Great, I'm being rewarded for exploration, but when you open it,
rock wall.
like it's like such a shitty item, you know what I mean? You get so my biggest real big issue I had with this game was money. You get like no money in this game. It's horrible. Because you know how a lot of RPGs, you go to a new town, you want to upgrade all your materials and stuff?
Yeah.
But in this game, it's so hard to get money.
So there's no balance.
Yeah. You can cook in this game, and it'll give you like buffs. Like that last like 30 minutes, an hour, or some, I think some are even 2 hours, which is cool.
Maybe that's why they're doing these remasters to get people to play, and they're like, yeah, people don't really like our new games as much as our old games, so let's just re-release our old games.
No, that's not true. The opposite is true, which is why I'm mad. Because most people jumped on Tales through Zestiria, Berseria, or now Arise. Arise was the best-selling Tales game to date.
Really?
It sold like 2 million copies. And why is that? Because it's a very pretty game with a very flashy battle system, but there's not, like, there's no technical depth like the previous games when it comes to the battle system. It's just over-the-top flashy like Devil May Cry. And, like, enemies are so spongy. Let's not even talk about the harder the difficulty, the less experience you get. I always thought that was stupid. I think Zestiria started that.
Wait, say that again?
The harder the difficulty, the less experience you get.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure Zestiria started that, which I think is stupid. Why am I getting punished when I'm raising the difficulty? I get less experience for putting it on hard mode?
Should be
That
the
makes no
opposite.
sense.
It's double negative. We're gonna make it more difficult, and it takes you longer to level up, so it's just a grind session at that point.
Yeah,
That's the
it's
equivalent
like-
of Mania in the original older games.
Like, I've heard people say like, oh, all Tales games has always had that. No, they haven't. You would, when you put it on harder difficulties like in Symphonia and Abyss, you get rewarded with more gold and
grade.
more grade.
Yep.
What'd you say?
Yeah, more gold, grade, and experience.
I'm not. Do you get more experience? I don't remember experience. I remember gold and grade for sure.
Well, there was a multiplier as well that factored into all those too.
Yeah, so I thought that was really cool, but Zestiria and Berseria in particular, I think this game has it too. I need to go check. When you put on a harder difficulty, you get less experience, and I think that's so stupid. Why are you punishing the player by giving them less experience for playing it on a harder difficulty? That makes people not want to play it on a harder difficulty.
Yeah.
So you didn't play these games. I thought the story in this game was eh.
And Abyss.
Like I said, very
Or
pretty
Rise.
game. That the maps were a lot better than Zestiria and Berseria, but again, I hated exploring because you don't get rewarded that much. And then the battle system is just, I thought the battle system was not that great, especially how spongy the enemies are. And as you'll see, they're doing the kind of Graces battle system where you got your stars, and then you have a bunch of attacks that you can mix and match. You know, you can equip 4 to 8 attacks.
Oops.
So this is overworld boss. Yeah, I think this is like a, because there's a side quest in this game where it's like, hey, hunt down this creature.
Where is he going?
Oh, another thing is with these games, you can't get like a 50 to 100 hit combo that easily. It's very difficult.
As he's doing a 50 to 60 hit combo.
Yeah, well, he's doing it because this guy's a pro.
Yeah, it's pretty much reset because you got to dodge. Like, you're dodging in this game, you're not dodging in other games.
Yeah, so I thought the battle system was better than Zestiria, but it's basically actually the past 3 Tales games, the battle system's been basically very similar or the same.
Yeah. Well, I hope that we get some good remasters for these other games.
Yeah, because
especially the
we'll never. I don't think we'll ever get another Tales game like the Holy Trinity. I've tried talking to the producer.
the Dookie Trinity.
He's messaged me a couple times on Twitter, but a lot of my or X, whatever you want to call it, a lot of my comments or questions go unanswered. But he has responded a couple times, which I thought was cool. But I would love to just sit with the creators of the new Tales titles and just talk to them about everything that I think is great and bad about the newer modern titles versus the original titles. Especially when it comes to like map design and exploration. Like Fell Arms, I don't even think exists anymore.
You know what this is?
This is the beginning of Tales.
Remember what specifically happens right after this?
What, she gets changed?
No.
Is this? Well, I know Zagi attacks them.
Yeah, that's what I'm pointing out.
Oh wait, yeah, no, yeah, because Yuri doesn't even flinch. That's right. As soon as Zagi kicks down the door, he's just
Please.
like, "Do you not knock?" or
begging
something
you.
like that. He just sits there
Okay,
like
I can see you're
nonchalant.
serious, but
It's such.
Why don't you
it's
tell me
so
your name
great.
first?
It's Estelle.
No, she says Estelise.
Oh, that's right.
Kick down the door, and he's just like, "Huh?" Yeah, Yuri says like, "Do you not know what knocking is?" or something. What's he say?
victim to my blade.
He's not even paying attention.
Have you ever heard of knocking?
Yeah, I've never heard of knocking.
Soggy, the man who will
There's just
end
little
your
clips
life.
like that in the
Now
earlier
die,
games.
Sipo.
Yeah. Oh, so Arias, the characters were so boring. The humor
You
was
got the wrong
boring.
guy. Die. You really should listen a little more. My name is
Yeah, they're
Soggy.
talking
In-game banter.
Flynn. Listen, I'm not
I think.
Oh, what's wrong? What the hell is wrong with you?
No, there's some in-game banter in the recent Tales games. It's just not like
into
this.
my blood.
Like you said, all like the little quips or like the fun humor or like the unintentional humor is just missing from the modern titles.
Now I feel it. You feel what? I'm not feeling anything over
Like I said, Berseria has like an epic story.
So full of confidence. That's it. That's it.
Estelle comes and joins. Yeah.
Stay away.
This game is so good.
Oh, I gotta take my dog out. She's getting antsy.
Shot.
I'll be right back.
How dare you? Mind your own business. I'm just getting to the best part.
Attack.
Hurry before the night.
You're dead. Look at that creep.
We should be getting a move on too. We'll just go pay a visit to the goddess and be on our way.
Yuri!
Yeah, I know. We'll stick together until we're out of the castle.
Oh, right. But I was gonna say, my name is Estelise.
Well then, Estelise, let's get moving.
Do a little more damage. Zagi again, yes, that's what I'm calling it. Zagi fight. Let's explain about secret mission number 4. You need a knock.
Alright, I'm back. Alright, Joshua, you've convinced me, dang it. Damn it, Joshua, you've convinced me.
What, Vesperia is the best Tales game?
No, I'm gonna replay Symphonia and Vesperia right after I finish replaying the new Colossus, Wolfenstein, which you haven't played.
No, I have not.
No, so you played the definitive edition, and did you beat it?
Of Wolfenstein?
No, definitive edition of Vesperia.
Yes.
So I got to the very end. You know the last level where you're climbing up the ladders and then you go fight Duke?
Yeah.
And then if you collect all the fell arms, he has a third form. So
Yeah.
I got to the end, and then I never actually beat it. I forgot why. I think I was just done at the time. I put like 150 hours into it.
I just want to see him. I just want to see them knock Zagi off the boat.
Yeah, you have to do like your little burst move where you go into over limit. Yeah, he gets knocked off and then he's pissed. Yeah.
There we go.
Woo! Wait, go back. Wait, did he skip it? Yeah, just clap. And then he comes back up. He's like, "How dare you?"
That's nice. You're good.
Oh, that's nice.
Great.
Yeah, great.
Ugh.
Yeah, so I'll just put it on easy mode and beat Duke, and then start a new game playthrough
NGP.
and do my grade shot. Because I spent a lot of time grinding to get my grade up. Because I always love every Tales game. I always love beating it once, unlocking the grave shop, getting times 10 EXP, and then beating it a second time, but playing it on the hardest difficulty. But because you get times 10 EXP, you level up quickly.
Right. All right. So
I did not do that with Exilia 1. Didn't finish Exilia 2. I did not do that with Zestiria. I did not do that with... Oh! Now I'm thinking, do grade shops even exist anymore in the new Tales titles? I don't play 2 playthroughs anymore because I hated them.
I don't know.
Because the grade shop isn't like it was before.
No, I think Zestiria had it, but I think it only mattered at the very end of the game.
Okay, so
On
Arise
Game
does not
Plus.
have a grade shop. That is criminal. Okay, can you change my ranking to Arise to Dookie? It does not have a grade shop.
It's less of a Tales game and more of just an action RPG. No
And
replay
anybody
value.
who questions this, yes, no grade shop, you get Dookie rating. Let me see if Berseria has one.
I don't have
I think
anything in my A tier.
Wait, Berseria, did they take it out? Grade shop.
I
level
had
still-
Graces in my A tier, and you made me dock it down to B tier.
You can buy the shop levels in grade. They replace those items with new. Yeah, I remember Exilia. Exilia 1, they started changing the grade shop, which had like plus 10 EXP and stuff. It like Exilia had it. It was just different. Like you don't earn grade in battle. You like get it through achievements or something.
MKF, you still here? Good to see you here. So we have the same S tier. I've got B and C, and then you've got some more in the Dookie tier. We both have pretty much. We missed the first 5 here, and then I didn't play Berseria or Rise. You didn't play Dawn of the New. I'm sorry, Radiant Mythology, which is dumb, and then Tales of Hearts are.
No, yeah, I just looked it up. Tales of Exilia, you earn grade by getting titles instead of through battle, which I thought was criminal.
Ugh. You just can't grind for it. You have to just find it.
Yeah, there's a lot. This is why I like the modern Tales games. Just there's so many things that they took away that just suck.
So
Normal shot.
if you were to take away Vesperia, because that had an Ultimate Remaster, if you take away Vesperia and then Zestiria moving forward, what's the game you want remade the most? You
Wait, what?
personally.
Are you talking to me or MK?
You.
Which game do I want remade the most?
Yes.
Out of the ones we've played?
Out of just all the ones, period. Which is pretty much the ones we've played.
Well, I want Abyss remade the most.
I want Symphonia remade the most.
Like I said, that's not going to happen. They just remastered it again last year. They remastered it
I
a
have
third
hopes.
time.
I have hopes. What they would need to do is they would need to tweak it more modern because
You don't get how game companies work. They're not going to do it.
I get it. This is my wishful list. They if they were to do that, they would need to make it where you have 4 art slots instead of 2. Because remember, you only get 2 art slots in that game. You have up and down. I'm sorry, the extra slots, because you have up, down, left, right, and then there was 2 extras, and then all the other Tales game after that, you get 4.
Mm-hmm.
They would need to update that from 2 to 4.
So the one I want remastered the most would be Abyss, but I want to play one. I want them to remaster games that I haven't played. For example, I want them to remake or remaster Hearts R. I want them to remake or remaster the Destiny 1 and 2 because I never played those.
At least Destiny 1.
I want them to remake Fantasia 1. I would love to play Rebirth.
Yeah, Rebirth I think needs to be part of it because we never got it. Granted, we could probably find a localized.
I would love a remake of Rebirth, but not 2D, make it 3D. But keep the overworld, you know.
Give us an option where we can play the original
Destiny
2D
1 and 2 is
version
what I
and
really
a 3D
want.
version. Imagine if they did it like they did. Maybe it'd be the first of its kind where like the game was made for like a 2D lane, but then they also make a 3D version of it. We get to play both. Just start the game whichever version you want to play.
Yeah, because even Tales of Destiny 2, like if you go look at like a walkthrough, it plays like actually, let me see what the battle system looks like. It plays like
It's almost 1 o'clock. I
Tales
gotta
game.
get to bed. I gotta wake up at 7.
Oh, Tales of Destiny 2 is a 2D battle system.
Yeah, they both are.
Oh wow! But they have an overworld. So yeah, Abyss. I definitely want updated 60 FPS, 120 FPS, 4K resolution. But definitely Hearts R because I really wanted to play Hearts R. I hated the translation. I want a proper remaster localization of Hearts R.
Yeah, they would have to polish it up real nice. Like,
Well, you saw Graces, like these remasters, like they're not improving like the graphics when it comes to like modern designs. Like it's not going to look like an anime. Like Tales of Arise, that game is just gorgeous.
yeah, I don't see it going to that level, but Hearts R would have to go up to a level of like Graces or even Symphonia, because Hearts R is super choppy because it was on the Vita.
I wonder how much they can improve just by remastering it because it was on a portable. It was on the DS first, and then it was on the Vita.
I mean, if they could do that. It just depends on to what level. So if you look at Tales of Abyss from PS2 to 3DS, huge improvement. If you look at kind of what they did a little bit with Vesperia looks a bit polished when you look at the newer version, even though it's for the same console.
Well,
but originally it was a PS3 game,
because of the
an
cell
Xbox,
shading
so-
art style.
Yeah, it is a little bit easier. If you look at Graces, you can tell the differences from PS3 to now. So they could polish it up real nice. It just depends on to what degree they're going to do it.
I'm surprised Graces is getting a 120 FPS remaster.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing too. If you
Because the PS3 was locked at 30 FPS.
yeah, because they can remove that. They could just make it. They'd have to. That's part of an overhaul. But
Well,
they can
no, that's not true because some games are coded, like everything is coded for a specific frame rate. Like that's why Symphonia, when they released it on the Switch, it's locked at 30 FPS. That's why the PC is at 30 FPS because they lost the coding for the GameCube version, and when they remastered it for the PS2 and PS3, they changed the coding in the game where everything is linked to FPS. So if you increase the FPS, it'll break the game.
They need to just redo it, bring it back to 60.
They would have to restart the game from scratch.
That's totally fine with me. They can do that.
But yeah, they're not going to do that.
Take 3 years to do that. Do it. Bamco, do it. All right.
All right, you're going to bed.
Yeah, I appreciate your time in helping me do this. That was a fun dialogue. We've been doing this for 2.5 hours.
I would love to talk about Tales games with like other YouTubers that love the series.
Well, I hope that this game gets this franchise gets a resurgence once we start rolling them out. I hope we
Well,
get
the good
another
news is-
announcement before the end of the year.
The good news is a lot of people who are getting into RPGs, like the younger crowd, they're starting to play older RPG titles. Like, for example, Persona 5 came out in 2016, and a lot of people, that was their first Persona game, and then all of a sudden they're mega Persona fans, and then they went back and played 3, not the remaster, the remake that came out last year. I'm talking about the original. And then they played Persona 4 Golden, even though they have like, dated graphics. I think that's going to happen with the Tales series.
Yeah.
Like people are probably Graces is probably going to sell well. Symphonia was a botched release. Even the Switch version, there's a lot of issues, technical issues, and the company knows about it.
Well, these types. So we're in an age where RPGs are getting a major resurgence of people that want to play them. There's really good ones that are coming out. There's also not so good ones, but we're kind of
no. I think we need to see. You're right with like the remasters and like the 2D HD remakes.
I mean, if you look at all the typical RPGs, like we've gotten some new Final Fantasy stuff. We've gotten some remakes of old Final Fantasy stuff. We've got Dragon Quest coming up.
No, we need to go back to the classic style of RPGs, like real JRPGs, not this modern hack and slash action RPGs like Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 7 reboot.
Well, that's what Dragon Quest is doing right now.
Yeah, Dragon Quest, but the HD 2D remaster. You know, they brought Live Alive or Live Alive.
Live Alive, yeah.
Sea of Stars, which I need to play, which is a love letter to Chrono Trigger.
Yep.
Like that's the type of RPGs we need to get back to, like true JRPGs, not this modern.
They're coming back.
Like bare bones RPG. They call it a JRPG, but it's really not. It's just bare bones. RPG. Yeah. Like.
Tales bridges the gap between those, between the modern and then the turn-based.
So. I think turn-based. I really want that one game to succeed. The one that looks like Lost Odyssey, Expedition 33.
Oh, that was announced at the PlayStation Showcase.
Because turn-based has kind of died, but now it's getting kind of like a revitalization because of games like Baldur's Gate 3, turn-based. Sold 15 plus million copies, and people who don't like turn-based or who never played turn-based, they love Baldur's Gate 3, and now they're starting to play other turn-based games.
You just need a game that encapsulates the audience and is fun to play and engaging and has good story, and people will buy your game. Just make a good game, make a great game. People will buy it. People need to spend their money.
Yeah, it's a lot harder than.
Oh yeah.
Well, a lot of people making games nowadays are younger people who are not that talented, or they're not experienced. Especially Western devs, like they just don't know what makes a great game great. It's you have people making games and they're injecting what they think is cool instead of like what is actually like cool to like an audience. Like Tales of Arise, like best-selling Tales game because of how flashy the battle system is and how beautiful it looks. For a lot of people, it's their first Tales game or second or third after Zestiria, and it's like, yo, y'all don't understand like what's missing from the older Tales titles. Like this game is like literally bare bones compared to older titles. There's so much like depth and art that is just lost.
Well, we'll see. We'll be praying. Hopefully we get another announcement before the end of the year.
Focusing on graphics instead of like actual RPG elements and like exploration and stuff. We'll see. We'll see what the next Tales game is. We'll probably get a new Tales game for the 30th anniversary, or at least an announcement of the next mainline after Arise. I'm not looking forward to it. I played 4 Tales games back to back that I thought were ass.
Now you need to go back and play the original good ones.
Yeah, I played 4 of them back to back. Where's the tier list? Exilia 2, Zestiria. Now, Berseria, the only reason it gets a B is because the S tier story, but the actual game and gameplay was dog shit.
Yeah.
And Berseria was the first English release that had full voice acting. Even the side quests were all voice acted. I don't know if you knew that. Zestiria, it's not fully voice acted. There is a lot of voice acting, but Berseria, everything is voice acted. I loved it.
Is Arise that way?
I think Arise is that way as well.
We have some catching up to do. Maybe I'll play one of these older games and then
play Berseria.
Berseria should be the one I play next.
Yes, S tier story. You should have been to play. That game came out in 2016. It's been 8 years.
Yeah, I know. So much coming out. I play
like,
smaller
the characters
stuff
in the
now.
story are so good. I might replay it just for the story. Like I said, I halfway through the game, I just put the game on easy and it just rushed through the story and the side quest.
Yeah, just kind of blow through it. I'm disappointed I don't have any in the A column. You talked me out of Grace's F. How dare you? But I'm satisfied with my tier list.
Well, the story is. I wish Graces had a better story. Wait, are you saving this tier list? Like, where you keeping this?
It'll be saved via YouTube.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5. 6,
I want to make it
7.
just a god tier. I'm gonna
Wait, how do we both have 7 games we haven't played? Oh, you played Hearts and I didn't play Hearts.
Yeah, and then I played Radiant Mythology as a crappy spin-off.
Yeah, and
you
you
played
didn't
Horizon
play.
Missouri.
Yeah, okay.
So we're evenly matched. We pretty much the same games we haven't played are the.
Well, there's
5.
other games. Do you still have that website pulled up, the 30th anniversary? There's like 4 other games that aren't even on this list. There's the spin-off ones, like Tales of the Rays, Tales of Crestoria. Those games I don't even count.
This one, whoever these 2 dudes are, this dude over
The
here,
dude, 2 girls.
and then this.
What's that new one? Does it even say the titles?
No, it doesn't. Tales of Horizon is the newest game.
No, but why is it showing a character there? So that's clearly a spin-off.
Unless this is going to be the main character of the newest game.
No, there would have been an announcement.
Yeah.
Tales of Game. Oh, Rise got DLC and everybody shit on it. Apparently it was so bad.
Seeing the DLC.
Let's see.
Oh, look at this.
What?
I didn't see this. Tales of series is back and more beautiful and easier to play. Convenient features added to the remastered versions.
Oh, it's called Tales of Luminaria. It came out right after Horizon 2021.
Is it a mobile game?
Let's see.
Oh, this is the same video we watched earlier.
What is? Well, I like that character design. The redhead.
Oh, they have a website just for Tales of Graces.
So okay, so one thing I really miss this. The art covers for the Tales of games.
Oh yeah.
Remember they used to have that type of art style.
Mm-hmm.
At least in all the Japan versions. Tales of Symphonia in the West, we had a different style. Same with Vesperia. But then because every Tales game had like that specific artist do their covers. Do you remember what Vesperia looked like on the PS3?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Grace's art style. Exilia had an art style like that.
Yeah,
Exilia 2 had it.
Look at
I
the
missed
polish.
it. Ew! What is this game?
Yeah, look at the polish. They've brightened it up a bit.
I actually wanted to see him before and after comparison.
This is the only one we get.
It's definitely brighter colors.
You can see
The
this is
color
pixelated
palette
too.
definitely changed. Yeah, it's like more bright.
It's high res. There's some stuff about DLC. Interesting. Well, again, I appreciate your time, sir. This was fun. We should
Oh, I'm
do
looking
this.
at the remaster trailer again.
We should do this with other games.
Oh, yeah, the remaster trailer. Maybe I have to play it in motion on PC because they have like the blocky outlines.
This website, this site is actually pretty cool with these art designs.
Freaking Malik looks so cool right there, and I'm pretty sure his voice was Jameson Price. Sophie. See, I remember all their names, even though her character was so boring.
This
Pascal.
is really good art. Hubert's probably going to look pretty cool with his dual blade swords.
Hubert.
The older brother.
I wish there was more banter between him and Asbel because they're brothers. I don't know if they're stepbrothers or real brothers. I forgot.
I think they're half brothers.
Half-brothers?
Same mom, different dads, right? No. Hubert was adopted.
I remember later in the game, like
Hubert was adopted,
when they
right?
start getting along, like their banter was pretty awesome. Hubert and Asbel.
I'm pretty sure Hubert was adopted because he was supposed to be the one to. Asbel was supposed to be the king, and Hubert was supposed to be the one to lead the army, right?
I don't think Asbel was supposed to be king.
Oh no, not the king. You know what? Someone was supposed to be there for the army.
Did you ever get Richard's doll in your second playthrough?
I
If
don't
you get a doll, you can have Richard in your party for the entire game.
Yeah, I remember
which doesn't really make sense for the story, but
No, it's just he's with you.
but he's a playable character.
This is a pretty cool card. I don't know what any of this says. January 16th.
I don't know. Maybe when I replay Grace's F, I'll appreciate it a lot more than I did. Well, time to change my background to Tails.
Campaign period. We'll be holding a release celebration. The campaign is being conducted by our company and third parties, including the operator and store of distributions.
Where are you seeing all this?
This is on one of the websites that was on a link. August 20th through September 7th. Original rubber stamp. How to participate in the campaign? Go to X. Get a stamp. Ooh. You can order special editions of the game. Oh, they have like some stuff that comes with it. So there's sticker content and some art concept stuff. For a pre-order for 30,000 yen or euro or whatever this is. Ready, man. It's time for me to go to bed.
Bye.
No, we're gonna end it with the best Symphonia song.
Fatalize?
Yes, sir.
Is it the best? Opinion might change.
Yeah, I'd have to listen to the whole soundtrack again.
So this song is definitely dated.
Fatalize?
Yeah, cause like it's an old song.
Yeah, it's short too.
So like it feels like there's a bunch of bass and instruments missing. I would love to see a remake of this game where they remake this song and it's just like a hardcore like metal song.
Ready, sir. It was fun. I'll let you know when I'm
Oh,
done.
you never? Are you ever gonna play the Wise game, the East game?
I don't know.
Those games have a great soundtrack as well.
I've heard a few. Right, stream. We're calling it a night. Thank you for stopping by. Follow me on Twitch. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's totally free. Give me a Twitch Prime sub. That one's already free if you're subscribed to Prime. What should we call you? Should we call you Sakume? Should we just call you Black Man? Like all of your character names in games? Black Man?
Yeah, I have a new name now, but I can't say it on stream. You know what it is.
Ghetto Twinkie here?
No.
I don't know what it is.
It starts with M-U-H and then something else.
Oh.
I never showed you my Fire Emblem ones and my Persona 3 one?
No.
Oh, I did name my Persona character Black Man.
My Knuckle?
Yeah. I'll show you. Hold on, where's my alternate account? I'll show you. I have one right here from Persona 3.
Alright, stream. He's gonna figure it out. You guys have yourself a good night. See you on the next video. Everyone take care. General Gamer and Brother is out.
you